What's the worst show on KNBR right now?
I mean, Sports Phone KNBR 7 to 9.
Your show?
Thursday.
All right.
Still self-deprecation.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
the easy
lean
way
into
out.
that.
That's a softball.
Yeah.
Okay, besides sports phone numbers.
Okay, so I brought my list.
It's a short list. There's only so many
There's only a
slots.
few shows, yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many people filling them.
Giant's Hot Stove.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, I forgot Giants Hot Stuff.
Extra innings with Bill Lasky.
I love a good Bill Lasky. Listen, and like
Little
that's,
Lasky, little
that's
Lord.
the other thing with baseball, like the baseball audience, and you always have to remember with radio, like not exactly a young, hip medium.
No.
Like
What are you saying?
the olds. Why are we off air? The olds enjoy just sort of the companionship of baseball, and that's where like Marty has
Yes.
made such a niche, and like
Very
Bill
much.
very much fits that. And then I'm in here just like, this sucks, everyone sucks, and they're like, whoa, harshing our buzz. We were just trying to get high up in the Marin Hills, you know?
Yeah.
Right. We're just trying to take our shirts off in the review reserve deck and get a nice tan.
That's more my crowd, I
Tarps
guess.
off.
Yeah.
This is episode 9 of Off Air. We've got Dieter Kurtenbach here.
Which camera am I looking into?
All of them.
all of them, but
I'm gonna pick one and make it.
that's your
really
close-up. If you want to make
uncomfortable.
like a real impact statement, that's your close-up shot.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the
If
main
you have
line
any
shot
statements
right
that are
there.
more impactful than that,
Less impactful shots, you can kind of come into, peek your head into our camera right
Just
here.
look at Austin.
yeah. Just look at Austin for less
Deep in
impactful
his eyes.
shots.
Can
Austin,
I
you
put a little
Good thumbnail.
Austin, you brought the beer today,
I brought the
which
beer
is
for
very
the first
rare.
time.
If this is your first time tuning in, usually we will surprise Austin with a beer. Dieter, the background of this segment is that Austin, a 25,
24.
24-year-old man,
I'm still young.
well-traveled, had before the start of this show, had not had a full beer in his life.
Yeah, he's Gen Z.
He's Jen's. No, but don't lump me into that shit. That's not me.
You're an old soul.
No,
That's
yeah,
Austin.
you're an old soul, though.
I guess I'm an old soul.
Same way that I'm
but
a boomer. even
We
though
are
I'm 37.
we are slowly chipping away at Austin's, hankering for cocktails only.
Why?
Because he's got to get into beer a little bit. He's got to hold his own.
No, he doesn't.
I like
this
no.
take.
This is a
This is
No,
good.
he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't have to wear the hat, and he doesn't have to drink a beer.
Okay, so
The Venn diagram of people who won't wear the hat and those who don't like beer, though, is
That is no.
so
Yeah.
here's my
That's about
thing.
the Venn diagram of good Giants games I watched this year and expectations.
I appreciate this take. though.
Austin doesn't
This is
have
good.
to like beer or drink beer. I think
Yeah,
for
sorry.
the I think,
So what? So who does it help if
I think
Austin
for
enjoys
well, it
the
helps
beer?
the segment.
it helps
the
Austin.
segment.
It helps the segment.
Is this sponsored by Modelo?
Where it's in the works.
We're working.
It's
on
in the works.
Yeah,
we're
we're working
talking
on
to big Cerveza right now.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Cerveza Grande.
but
I've also had that.
for the
nickname.
sake of the bit, I think it's good. But I agree with you in a larger sense that if
You should make him drink hard liquor on the show.
See that?
He loves that.
that.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
The only problem is that he's aging terribly because of the hard liquor. That's like a fun fact. You ever go to Utah? These people don't drink; they never age. And people who drink hard liquor, they look awful. You know how I know that I started to look awful? I drank a little bit of hard liquor like 3 times this year, and I've aged like cheese.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's not my 2 children. It's
Cheese ages well.
depends.
Depends on what part of the process it is.
Yeah,
Aged like wine.
I'm a plain white guy.
Anyway.
Blue cheese, it's literally moldy.
But I think
I
Austin.
love it, but it's moldy.
I think Austin should be able to hold his own in a beer setting. Though. Like if you're going out with beers with your friends or Amber's dad, right?
yeah. Good
want-
point.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, now you bring Amber's dad into it.
I didn't want to bring Amber's dad into it, but you pushed back.
Gary?
You got
Is that right?
Mr.
Not even
Milano?
close. Rob.
Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, right there.
It was multiple choice. You would have got it.
It was never going to be more than 4 letters.
Yeah.
They never
But
are.
Austin,
No,
you're
what if
also you're also into it though.
What about the-
you
No,
want to
I
be
am into it.
Awesome. What if I just gave you like 5 zins right now?
Ooh, should we zin it
I
up?
wouldn't
We'd
do
lose
it.
Austin.
I don't
Jesus
think I'd do
Christ.
it.
You can't do it?
Someone said zin and I'm in.
I am not a nicotine guy. I've
You're
never had
NYM.
any form of nicotine.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You a zin guy?
Yeah. It's a real problem now.
Should we pop one in?
Let's pop. Well, I got one in.
You guys got.
I'm a big.
I'm gonna pop one.
I'm a
I'm,
Zen
a,
guy.
I'm an on 2 milligram citrus guy. I have to go out of state for it.
So I'm considering going down.
Yeah,
Why don't you just take a deep breath?
it's nice. It's a nice, low, steady. I'm very susceptible.
What's that brand you got there?
It's on.
You like it? They do 2 milligrams. It's pretty good.
They do 2. Yeah.
I'm considering going down to 3. I'm on the 6s.
Yeah, so
dangerous.
I get bad headaches. Like I'll do like a Zin 3 every now and again, and I'll get a headache off of that if I don't have like the right.
Drunk enough.
If I'm not in a good situation. Like, and I get it worse when it's if I have anything that's like dropping down my historically bad blood pressure to like a normal range. Like I can't.
I get that. Yeah, I've been getting a little bit more sensitive to it lately. I've been like walking a lot lately and trying to make that a habit.
Yeah, like doing actual
I've
life.
been being more active,
Yeah.
and I'm
Offsetting your
noticing.
bad
I'm
habits.
noticing that the zinning is starting to affect that.
It's my entire existence is basically just drinking Coke Zero and popping Zins, and it's about all I eat. It's about all I do. Like, and if I don't have,
eat?
like, I don't
What
really.
are you eating?
Oh, you don't chew them?
Yeah,
My
And-
digestive system.
he puts
is
it on the
fucked.
stove and hardens it up like crack
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah.
He smokes it.
Have you ever shot Zin? And no, yeah, like I don't eat much. Shockingly looking at me, but yeah, I'm all about the
look
Zins.
trim.
But you're a Coke Zero guy.
I'm a huge Coke.
What were you doing before Coke Zero? I remember the pre-Coke
hard
Zero
liquor.
days.
Yeah, Miller High Life.
Yeah.
Your boy's gone up and down a lot in the old LB department, so
You look good.
we're cutting.
Have you lost weight since like the Super Bowl?
Census. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Glover's been tracking your weight since
you
the
look
Super Bowl.
trimmer, noticeably trimmer.
Yeah. I think I'm down like 80 pounds.
Wow. Wait, since this year's Super Bowl?
No, not since this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, what fucking Super Bowl do you think I was talking about?
Just a general one.
Super Bowl.
Pick one, yeah.
Super Bowl 42.
No,
You
yeah.
actually gained a lot of weight since like Super Bowl 30, though.
Yes. See, like way too much.
See, yes. Well, actually, that would not make much sense, seeing as I was 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. I ride that roller coaster pretty good. 2 kids will fucking keep you. I'm a stress eater, and I don't know if you guys know this about me. Pretty tightly wound.
You told me when we were talking about
Wait,
Radio Row-
let's
get into
get
the
to
beer
these
because
beers.
this is a good. Your weight is a
crack
good
'em.
segue.
To beer.
To a couple.
That's how I put it on.
Yes, but to a couple questions I had to,
Okay.
to ask you. All right, Austin, can you explain?
No pressure, Dieter, to finish the beer, but there is pressure on Austin to finish the beer.
Austin, can you explain this vintage?
This vintage?
Yes,
Yeah.
What is that? I honestly don't even know what that means.
it's a wine
It's a
joke.
term
Okay.
for wine.
Explain.
Oh, look at!
Completely
oh my God,
over that.
he's pulling a full Kruger.
No way! Oh my God!
All right. Well, that's a nice segue into your Chicago upbringing.
That's all we had. That's all we have time
That's the
for.
episode.
You crack it yet?
I didn't even crack
Give me that.
I was gonna do cheers.
So Kruger, we didn't even get to a cheers.
Well, only the good stuff.
yeah.
So Kruger did the same thing, but that was I think you beat Kruger by like 2 times as fast as him.
Easily. Kruger took a couple slugs.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was awesome.
A good can Modelo goes down.
Yeah, this is good.
It's no Miller High Life.
Is that a callback to your Mizzou days right there?
Oh yeah.
Miz.
I did freshman year twice because I was doing too much of that.
Nice. I did kindergarten twice.
As did I, my friend.
They jumped me. They jumped me in school when I was a kid.
Yeah.
One of the all-time bad decisions. They started.
You got
me,
jumped?
They started me in school early
Oh, I see.
because I was humongous, and
I was picturing a bunch of kindergartners jumping you.
oh, that also happened. But no, never. But yeah. So then, I think I went to college when I was 16.
No way.
You went
I had just turned 17.
So you're one of those boy geniuses.
No.
Usually the kids who are young for college just turn 18 at the start of college.
Yeah, that would have been.
I was 17 when I started college.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
What? Oh yeah, so that happens because you were late birthday. But this is like a year younger than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think I was like 3 years post puberty when I went to college.
Most people.
I was a late bloomer, and then
yeah.
also like on the accelerated path.
Yeah.
Most people who do that are like really gifted in math and STEM, and it's just
No.
you just like
Yapper.
I'm gonna write and talk about these.
Yeah, they're
things.
mostly just like he won't shut up, and maybe if we put him with somebody who's a little bit older, he'll kind of figure out his place, and that did not work out.
I was this close to going to Mizzou. It was
Yeah?
Mizzou or baseball college of Marin.
Well, yeah, those are constantly in battle.
Yeah, and I chose baseball college of Marin.
What were you like in grade school, middle school, high school? Were you did it bear any resemblance to your on-air personality? Were you like the loudmouth in the back of the class, always had an opinion, or
Well, the latter part's true. Wouldn't call myself like a loudmouth in the back
Right.
of the class. I wasn't too much for show. I mean, clearly
Sure.
there's a level of enjoying attention if you do this for a living. Like that has to be. I'm not like developing that on the fly.
It's kind of fun.
I don't know. I have a very poor. This is going to be a really terrible show because I have like a decently poor recollection of my own
hence
life.
all the beer and the drink?
Yeah, no, I burned a lot of those
Poor
synapses.
recollection of your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I'm like, "Oh man, this story got fuzzy, and I don't know how."
I'm kind of with you on that. It starts to fade when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, I think.
The other aspect of this, and like,
It sucks.
I will say plenty of stuff that's overtly conceited, and I'm aware of it. Like, please do not take this part as conceited, because my name is Dieter. So it's like and I'm like a one of one shaped person with a very loud personality.
Yeah.
Like I am, for better or for worse, mostly worse, memorable as like I came to a party one time and it's like, oh, I remember that dude.
Yeah.
Probably for worse. So I have, a lot of like, especially at Mizzou when I was, probably drunk 90% of the time, like people will tell me stuff. Nothing like, it's all like shockingly banal.
Right.
But like, they're just like, oh man, that was like a great time we did that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I know I was there. Like I have no recollection of the details of any of it.
You're discovering being blacked out right now.
No. Like there's like, nope, that never happened. I wasn't there. That's, trust me, did plenty of that. More of a brownout, if anything, where you crap your pants. But it's
That's why they call it a brand.
I was talking to somebody and we were just kind of going, they were asking me a bunch of questions about stuff that happened like 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh, this used to be very front and center in my head. And now actually, like, I'm not even sure if I like would feel comfortable like writing it or something. Cause it's like, it's getting a little soft on the edges. So maybe I should start taking some like maybe it's the nicotine. I thought it was supposed to make you sharper, but here we are.
Makes Tucker Carlson sharper. I'll tell you that. The Alp.
Cool. Great. What are we doing? What's going on?
Do you ever do like
is
debate
this?
team or just anything like that?
No.
I get that vibe from you.
The
No,
what? The debate team.
No, my dad's a lawyer, so my life was debate team. Just anything at all times. My 3-year-old is a chip off the old block in that regard. We had a good 40-minute back and forth today about the validity of wearing an Elsa dress to play group. I never did like Lincoln Douglas or anything like that. I was just school paper.
But did you enjoy just debating with your friends about sports and just random stuff?
No, I hate it. It's my least favorite.
Some people
thing to
don't
do.
like it, dude.
Really?
I mean,
Do they work at this station?
No, I'm
Just in general.
outside of the business. Like I grew up.
Yes. No. Yeah. Yeah. But like, come on. Like, that's
Yeah.
you live for this.
Yeah.
What else is there besides the dumbest thing that you could do with your
Did
time?
you get told? Because I would love debating about anything when I was growing up, and I would get told a lot by my friends, like, "Oh, you can never just let it go. Like you have to win." And I'm like, "Yeah. No, because I'm right. First of all." Did you get told that a lot? Like you can't.
I got told that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. That's my. Yeah.
It's true. You got to take. You stand. Who's your favorite like media, Bay Area media contemporary to bounce things off of? I know you work with Hutch. I know you obviously have your.
It'd have to be Hutch just inherently. Who do I like yapping?
We can cut it. We can cut this part out too.
Yeah. Okay. So let me again. I brought a chart. I mean, we're lucky. There's a lot of guys and gals in the Bay Area media. Again, don't wear the hat. Wear the hat. Whatever you want. There's some good shit talkers. Not in like any like negative way, like they're talking shit on people, but just like
Strong
people,
opinions.
good crack. Good
crack.
They would say.
CRAIC.
And I'm sure that after every one of those conversations, they're like, Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. But
So I would say you have the best crack in the Bay Area sports media scene. Who do you think is on your level? Who's in your hemisphere?
I think that I definitely don't see. I think maybe I'm the most. Well, look at me, all flustered.
You're blushing.
That's the Zen.
You said have good
It's. I think I'm the most like forward about it. I think I'm like
Pointed.
This is my personality. It's always been my personality. This is front and center. Like, let's get into it. Let's have it. I really try not to like take sides on arguments that I don't firmly believe, which means that I spend a lot of time, doing my own research, of course. But I do like to have a stance on anything at any time. And I think inherently that's what we're supposed to be doing, at least what I'm supposed to be doing in my roles.
Columnist,
Yeah, and but I will say that like even folks who are not forward, like they're just like, I'm just a journalist, like I stay out of it. Like elite level of this, like anyone can do this. I just think it's maybe the separation isn't like, it's certainly not intelligence. It's certainly not, researching or anything like that. I think it's just a willingness to put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is, to maybe I get this. I might be overthinking this a little bit, but like as someone who has never been able to like physically hide in a room, like I have to. I'm just out there all the time.
Right. Just lean
Like
on it.
I walk through Oracle Park, and like it's cool that like people come up and say hi and all that stuff. I try to keep my mouth shut because if I open it, they're like, "What the fuck is that? Oh, that fucking thing."
Yeah.
And then, it's always 50-50. Everyone's super nice about it, but they also are like, "Oh, I hate your guts." But but also like people will just look. I'm 6'9", 300 pounds. Like there's not people that are my shape.
Yeah.
Just wandering around
You're
outside of
6'9"?
outside of locker room. I mean, this is a size 16 foot, boys.
Gosh.
So
Specimen. Clip that.
Yeah.
like
Sell that.
Proportion wise,
You take off the shoe.
I can't.
proportionality wise, not even that big, honestly.
My wife disagrees.
Not impressive to
So it's I think that might, like, if we had to kind of get down to brass tacks, I think that might be it, where it's just like, why would I shy away from what would be considered controversial? It's inherently frivolous stuff.
Yeah. I think it's
not to me, but to others.
I think it's more than just a willingness to put yourself out there. It's definitely that, but I think it's also just passion and having a very particular point of view and really standing by that, like believing in that point of view.
You also have to like remember where I grew up. So I grew up in Chicago. I grew up in you guys won't know these names, but like I grew up listening to Mike North. I grew up listening to Mac, Yurko, and Harry. Like Philadelphia and New York get these reputations as like hard town fans. Maybe it's all an act in Chicago, but like that's just not how people function. Like people they wear it on their sleeves. They call it like they see it. And if you wanted to function at all, and I grew up in Oak Park, so we were right on the L. I mean, it's suburban, but it wasn't like living up in the Marin Hills suburban. Like we were in it, just saying. We can't all have baseball colleges. And like it's just how it went. That's how I grew up. I grew up a White Sox fan in, southwest side of Chicago. I went to Catholic schools with kids from all over, a lot of kids from the city, a lot of kids from the way out there suburbs, and it's just like, I don't know, if you it's just how we function there. And it's not as aggressive, and I don't think like maybe I don't know if the pathos was as deep as it is in like Philly or maybe even New York. Like in New York, of course you're angry. Like it's exhausting.
Right.
And like in Philly, you're just constantly like, oh, no one thinks of us. We say this little brother thing that they got going on. Boston's got the same thing.
There's like a chip on their shoulder.
Chicago is, epicenter of the Midwest, which, what the hell does that mean? Like, I imagine Indianapolis has got a real chip on its shoulder now, but Milwaukee, but like, who gives a damn? But also then, second city, all that kind of stuff of just like, you're not really important.
Yeah.
It always felt more spiritually in the sports scene closer to like Philly and New York and Boston. And that was my life as a kid. Like this is what it is. I wasn't a Bears fan growing up. I was a Kansas City Chiefs fan because my family's from Kansas City. So I had the Kansas City Chiefs starter jacket, and it's like I'm just asking for arguments. I'm just asking. It's like having to defend fucking Elvis Gerbach out in these streets when you're coming out here with Rex Gross. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And so, I can't particularly, and I still haven't. I love living here. I love the Bay. I have no interest in moving. I still can't get my head around why there's no anger when your baseball team sucks.
So you think it's a soft fan base? I think it's soft but passionate. It's an interesting blend that I think might be unique.
I believe that's called front running.
But no, because when the Giants are bad, that place is full.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's.
But would it be full if it wasn't?
It wouldn't be full if it was Candlestick.
Yeah,
it's Oracle Park. It sure as hell wasn't full over in Oakland.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
And they were okay.
People are passionate about the Giants. Like, there's been more Giants discourse this year.
Good.
Than I've ever seen, and it's. Like,
I had some guy in my mentions today, and now this is a terrible, non-apropos. I had some guy in my mentions today being like, Devers hasn't been that bad. And I'm like, the fuck have you been watching?
That's unbelievable. People that think that
they're like,
that blows
his
my mind.
exit velocity is this, and it's like, dude,
exit velocity scores runs.
Yeah, don't even start. Yeah, check the cameras.
Yeah, only check these cameras. Keep talking.
Don't even start me.
Don't
on
get me
the
started
exit.
with the Savant Warrior. I mean,
Dude, I love Savant. Savant's important. Savant's the reason
I
that
like
Bryce
Savant
Eldridge has
too.
been killing it for my fantasy team.
I like
there's
Savant too, but you have to watch the game.
Dude, he's non-competitive at bats. He's mopey.
Yeah.
It's bad energy.
He talks to the media every 6 weeks.
And then every Boston fan's like, oh, so happy they got rid of him. It's like, fuck, maybe that was a hint. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe all of this, Eeyore stuff over at first. Like, it's so wonderful to watch him smile when he makes a play that kind of surprises him, because it's like, oh, right, he's allowed to.
All right, yeah, he took some mild enjoyment.
It's like, and between him and Chapman trying to fight through, I'm going gray, and so it's like, I get it. Like, we're past the prime, and like, you want to perform, you want to be great, and like, that must suck to be out there and not be good as you once were.
Totally.
Even if you had a long way to go as a third baseman, like, it must suck to go up there and, as always, a streaky hitter in the case of Chapman, for those bad streaks to last longer and the short streaks to be like maybe more accentuated. It's almost cruel. It's almost Sisyphean, and it's just
a clip of Sisyphean.
Sisyphus. Not even Atlassian. Sisyphean. I might have missed a syllable in there. Regardless, and like, I get it why they're mopey. I get it. I'm watching them. I'm mopey.
Right.
But then you get Adames out there. I mean, did anyone have a better time in Milwaukee, Wisconsin than Willie Adames?
No.
I mean, he should do ads for the tourism board of Milwaukee, because he was just, just having the greatest time in American family life, Miller Park.
Yeah,
and
slide down that slide.
And it's like,
Probably his keys to the city.
Yeah, you know why they love him even more? Because they didn't sign him to the contract. Yeah. And they can only remember the good time.
Yeah.
And by good time, I mean that 1 year that he was in a contract year. By the way, just want to mention to anybody like Casey Schmidt, 27 years old, going into arbitration. Kind of a contract year for old Casey, huh? Just kind of a thought there.
A little bit.
So Luis Ariz, contract year. I mean, we went full Farhan on this bad boy, except the whole plan was they're going to keep him. Regardless, like, then you have a manager who comes in who, like, I don't know if Tony's good or not at this. He has given us no evidence that he's good. He's probably given us some pretty ample evidence that he's not, but it's kind of hard to read it through the pile of shit that's on top of it.
Yeah.
And so you have this strange, weird brew of a baseball team. And then you watch him play the Nationals, and it's like, what did the Nationals do? They hired a first-time manager, maybe not like totally first time in the major leagues, but like first-time manager, young team, all grow together.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of the way that things have been done. And I'm not saying always do the things.
The Giants are painfully juxtaposed right now in terms of that.
100%. And it gives off this weird substitute teacher energy. But then the other aspect of all of this is, and I don't spend a lot of time in these clubhouses anymore because I don't need it. People just text me what's actually happening instead of me having to like read the tea leaves of what was happening before a game, like as if that matters. But it creates this. Every clubhouse is led by the veterans, every one of them. Right. Baseball, hockey, wherever. The veterans call the shots because they've been around longer. You're going to naturally look to them. When your three veterans are so discordant in how they go about their day to day, with Devers just totally aloof. Chapman's, like, to my understanding, like, he's in there.
Yeah.
No one's ever had a bad word to say about Matt Chapman, the guy.
Right.
I'm not going to be the first one because I don't have it. Like, and then, but just frustrated. No. And then you got happy-go-lucky Willie, because I'd be that happy too if I got away with that kind of theft. Like, oh, I'm sorry, the contract hasn't even kicked in yet?
Yeah. Nice.
Like, those are the leaders in your locker room. And then you also have Logan Webb, which maybe not for a while. Who's to say?
It has a unique blend of all three of those.
Yeah, it depends on the hour. Me and Logan don't get along these days.
Yeah. On Saturday when the Cubs were up 6-1, I didn't get it on video. Willie was literally facing the outfield at one point at short, waving to the Tarps off crew. Like, gave him away.
In the middle of the game.
They're down 5
runs. That's the
runs.
Willie Adames fan section.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's and like, again, read the room, Bubs. You're 14 under 500.
Yeah.
Like, maybe be a little more Chapman-y. And maybe Chapman could be a little more Willie. And, like, maybe I could, be a little more Murphy. Like, it's all, we can all play this game forever. But, like, it's just, if nothing else, we've come to the conclusion that this is just a poorly thought through exercise. Mm-hmm. And it could have worked under different circumstances, but immediately got hit with the worst case scenario, and all of the negative possibilities came up at one time. And in that, it's like, I don't know how that's going to get redeemed. And we get one fleeting moment of redemption and hope in Eldridge's thing. And then this team, if we learn one fucking thing about this baseball team, it's that it's like, oh, a good thing happened to us? Yeah. How do we squander that momentum as soon as possible?
They're incapable of gaining momentum.
Because they
haven't won more than 3 games in a row.
And that's a chemistry thing. And if Bob Melvin was still the manager, he would have been fired a month and a half ago. But because it's a guy who you have to like let him figure out the major leagues in real time, like you can't do that. And then everyone's like, it's not his fault. And it's like, man, it ain't. He ain't helping. And I don't know how
what is he doing? That's my problem is
he's no different than Sleepy Bob.
A lot of the problems with this Giants team I discounted before the year. I was like, there's no way that's going to be a problem under Tony Vitello. I don't think they're ultra competitive. I think they lack some FU.
Totally.
And when you look at Tony Vitello's Tennessee teams, that was their entire script.
But it's impossible to go tell somebody who's made $100 million as a baseball player, like, by the way, everything that got you to this point, we need you to be something you're not.
I know. I guess I thought he'd be flipping tables a little bit more often if they were this bad.
But how can he do that? Literally,
he hasn't tried, to my knowledge.
No, but like if I'm him, and again, at some point you might as well. At some point, you might as well try it. Like, no, what? I'm gonna lose my team. Team's lost, Bubs. Yeah. You never had it.
Team's
but like
bad.
the whole idea, like, just think about this from his perspective. If I go in there and like just fire and brimstone him, the level of eye rolling that he would get, because like that was definitely his first time in Milwaukee. In general. Like he'd never been to I've been to that ballpark more times than him. I've been there 4 times. He's been there 3.
Yeah.
Like the idea that he can come in and fire and brimstone a major league clubhouse, of which 90% of the players have infinitely more major league experience. Even the guys who've only had cups of coffee have more experience than him.
Make more money than him.
Well, that's not entirely true. But like, because it cost a pretty penny to get him to leave Tennessee, and even then it didn't seem like he wanted to. But like, I guess I have to.
On February, yeah.
I guess I have to. Man, if I like unsolicited advice, if I'm Tony Vitello, I'm telling my agent, I'm like, just make sure we have some stuff lined up. I would Bobby Petrino this thing if I were him. You guys even know that reference?
Yeah, I know that reference. He was a college football coach who
He was the head coach of Arkansas. He went and took the job, or was it? No, he was at Louisville, and then he went to Arkansas, or was that Arkansas?
I thought he was at Arkansas.
He was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
He takes the Atlanta Falcons job 14 games into the season, roughly, 12, 14 games in.
Meyer.
Yeah. Well, he got fired.
Yeah.
He just leaves. He like leaves a note in the locker room.
It's pretty crazy.
Just like, I'm out. And he took like the Louisville job.
Not the most notable Bobby Petrino story, though.
No, that's the other thing. Tony Vitello also needs to get a staffer and a motorcycle if he wants to make this work. But
Go to the club.
And like, if I'm him, I'm just like, dude, I come in, unbelievable opportunity. Someone offers you that effectively out of. I know that there have been talks about like possibilities and stuff, but like went from 0 to 100 like that. Buster's all about it, and it makes sense to a degree. Surface level. This is the other thing.
They needed to do something a little bit maverick, a little bit off the wall in this division.
And they needed to do the exact opposite of what they had been doing with Melvin, where Bob was just there. I mean, Bob was just present. Yeah. And that was great for the 1 year after Gabe when everyone needed to decompress a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then when it's like, oh, there's another season of this, and then Buster's just out here just randomly pressing buttons to see what might stick because he had no experience in it. And then, and even now, still has almost no experience relative to his peers. And so they needed somebody who wasn't just sleeping at the doorstep of the dugout. Right. Bob might as well have fallen asleep. I don't know if he did, but he might as well have fallen asleep last year. He was just there for the show. He had the best tickets in the house. And like, so you need the opposite of that. And you watch Tony Vitello at Tennessee, like the ultimate firebrand in baseball. Right. Just the biggest personality. But it's totally different, and you see this in his press conferences. It's totally different coaching a bunch of 18 and 22-year-olds, or even like 25-year-olds. Like college baseball is ridiculous. Yeah. But like, you know, coaching a bunch of kids who just got done with their Mormon mission. Like that is different because he's out there teaching.
Yeah.
He's out there teaching. And
he's molding young men.
And he has so much more cachet built
Because
up.
he's an adult. He's a
Right.
nearly 50-year-old man.
And he's accomplished.
He's more of a mentor.
The way
Right.
what I've kind of surmised is that when people ask me all the time, like, does Vitello have this locker room? And I'm like, I think the veteran players respect what he's accomplished. They know it's hard to do what he did in college,
They should.
but I don't think that they, at the same time, are thinking, I gotta pick Tony's brain today about what I'm doing here. I think they're like, he's a baseball man
Here's
in terms of what he's done in college, but I don't think he knows more than me.
Would anyone in the Giants clubhouse at any point last year have been like, Tony, oh, they got Tony Vitello's number. Would any of them have reached out to text Tony Vitello about like, hey, how can we get this thing on the right track?
Maybe if they were a former player, but
Drew Gilbert might have.
Yeah, Drew Gilbert.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
I mean, legitimately, it feels like Drew Gilbert gets choked out by Matt Chapman in the clubhouse. They get some sort of memeable moment, and they're like, who's that guy's mentor?
he gets a Major League Service time, a year of Major League Service time out of it too.
Don't start me on that. But like, again, the Farhan of
Guaranteed.
it all. And it's just, you have a director of baseball ops with no experience in that job whatsoever, and everyone just let that go except for me. And it's just like, I don't
I
understand.
hated that.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Let him be the manager. Let him do a Stephen Vogt thing. Like, that I can understand because he knows a clubhouse. He's never been in the front office. And again, it's not to say that he doesn't know more baseball than me, you, all of us together. That's the hardest job in sports. Unquestionably the hardest job in sports. And you hire him on just, didn't do any due diligence whatsoever. Not on him. His track record as a player is pristine. Right. But like, and as a person is elite. But like, you didn't interview anybody else. You didn't even entertain the idea. You didn't bring in anybody else for an interview.
Yeah.
And then you hire Buster because he wanted the ball. Like, well, I want the ball. You can give me the job? And
You'd be pretty good at it.
no, I would drown immediately. There are so many baseball players.
You can do it.
Dude, it took me an hour today to figure out a trade package for Logan Webb in a hypothetical realm. But like Buster's doing that. Buster's out here just like, Claude, build me a model that gives me trade value. Said I want to pay that one dude in Schenectady who built that thing that no one has access to. But it's so you have that. You didn't hire a clear, obvious number two.
You're right.
Right? So you didn't come in with Buster, and then it's like, don't worry. We hired the best GM that was available. You hired Zach Manassian, who I've never talked to, but everyone seems to have a very positive opinion about Zach Manassian, the person. Yeah. Because his family is like, I wouldn't call it royalty, but like they've been in baseball forever. His brother was a GM, his dad was a GM. Everybody does. And this is why you'll notice here, as this thing really starts flying off the rails, and it's already started to happen.
Manassian.
The Manassian's trying to get himself some separation, but he has so many connections in like established old school baseball media. And in that, you'll start to see like Jim Bowden was out here just like, it ain't Zach Manassian's fault. I don't know. Tony's got the lineup card, huh? It's like, the lineup card that's 90% filled out, just sign here.
They're doing favors.
And so you're going to get all of that. I've heard like 3 or 4 of these, just kind of bouncing around. It's just like, oh, well, Zach's really good at this. And it's like, what evidence is there that that's the case?
Right.
So you have that as your number 2. So you have a DPO that has no experience, a number 2 that doesn't have the kind of cachet. It's not getting interviewed for number 1 jobs. Never had been, never will be at this point. So you have that. So he can't say no to Buster if Buster has a good idea one day, right? And now you have a manager with no experience. But don't worry, you got guys with plenty of experience in that clubhouse that are going through it all at the same time to begin the season. Yeah, that's how we got here. And that's why they can't hold momentum, because there's no chemistry.
Yeah.
You know what a good baseball team, like you watch like the Brewers, you watch these teams, like they're not that good. They're not that talented.
Right.
You know what they do have? They have some level of togetherness, which is the whole premise of college baseball, right?
Intangibles, yeah.
They have these intangibles so that when they get handed a gift, they fucking roll that thing over. They're turning the paperclip into the house. Yeah. They constantly carry forward the momentum, and they build more, and they build more, and they build more because they have an ideal and togetherness and some sort of an ethos, and there's that. And this team has nothing. It's just a bunch of mercenaries and a substitute teacher and somebody who is now too deep in at the DPO job. I guess he's getting more experience every day, but he's too deep in to be like, oh boy, this is not going. This is. Right. I thought this would be easier.
Yeah.
Last, or do you have something?
Well, no, go ahead.
I was going to say last
Continue on
Giants thing.
Let me.
Okay, yeah, you go.
Well, it's a Giants thing as well.
By the way, 7-9.
Yeah. I was going to say,
Anyway, KNBR.
flip the script for a second. If you had to put on your glass half full Dieter hat, if you were hired as the Buster Posey publicist,
Yeah.
and you have to go on the radio, you have to go on Murph and Marcus and convince the fans that there's hope. What are you saying?
How many times can you say Bryce Eldridge in a single sentence?
Okay, all right.
Like, they do have, I'll give Buster this. The farm system has gotten appreciably better. It really had nowhere else to go but up. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some sort of farm guy where it's like, oh man, you see what happened with the Eugene Emeralds last night?
A lot of people are like that. I respect them, but
No. Like
I
they're
couldn't do it.
and honestly, those people are about to go gangbusters with their business because there ain't nothing I want to talk about at the big league level. Yeah. Like we'll be talking River Cats baseball soon, and so like they have done a better job there. I'll say, Farhan had to go. To be very clear, I was a Farhan defender. I had faith in Farhan, all that stuff. I think that we're going to come back to ownership again and again. Like, what do they want? What's their goal? Yeah. What's their mission? What's the ethos? Mm-hmm. And they just wanted to. And by the way, this is the same thing in Seattle. This is the same thing in, to a degree in Cincinnati. It's definitely the same thing happening now in Boston, Chicago. The Cubs are a little bit like this, where it's just like, why try too hard? That's expensive.
Right.
You could be like the Mets. That would look foolish.
Right.
What if instead we spent a decent amount of money, right? Enough to where no one can say we're cheap.
We can defend it.
Right.
Totally. Which is the Luis Ariz signing to a T. The one thing that worked out was just sort of this like, we gotta get something in here so that no one says that we're cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so like, let's do that, and then like just make the playoffs, and anything can happen, except not really.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the Dodgers are playing an entirely different game, and because the Phillies are damn good, but they're all the way in.
Also, negative side effect of Manfred expanding the playoffs and encouraging mediocrity.
Totally agree.
But we'll still sell out. We'll still have Hello Kitty night, and attendance will be fine.
Well, that's the other thing, too. They can rest on their laurels if they have a great ballpark.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, isn't as great as it once was, especially when you compare it to other. It's still a lovely ballpark, but, like, we live in a world-class city where, and more, I think, in the years to come, there's going to be more and more tourists coming because it's like, what do you mean it's 114 degrees everywhere else in the country?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm walking down today, and I'm like, I should have worn a better coat.
Yeah.
It's the middle of June.
One with
Yeah.
sleeves on it, maybe.
I mean, I remember I was covering MLS in Chicago right out of college.
Nice.
And it was, Chicago just has very bipolar weather despite being on neither coast. And it was, I'm wearing like a legitimate like light jacket at training one day, and the winds are whipping 30 miles per hour. And they call me up and they're like, do you want to go work in Fort Lauderdale at the Sun Sentinel? And I immediately said yes because my body refused to actually like acknowledge maybe like, that might not be the best move, this and that. Like maybe Miami's not the spot for you.
Yeah.
No, it's like, yes.
I need this physically.
Daddy needs his humidity and he needs it now. So the entire, like the whole premise of it is just lost.
Last Posey Giants thing.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe ownership underestimated fans' abilities to separate Posey the player from Posey the exec? Do you think he's been?
No, I
somewhat
think
of a shield?
I think that's a feature, not a bug. It's a perfect human meat shield.
Like they.
That's what you're getting at.
I'm asking, like, do you think that they? Sorry.
Do you think it's turned fast enough?
They thought that he could do a poor job, and everyone would just be like, "It's fucking Posey. What are you gonna say about Posey?"
Not if I have anything to do with it.
No, and I think fans generally
they think the turn
have
would
done
take longer than it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would get this bad this soon.
Yeah, I don't think.
I thought we were going to much like the Giants. I thought we were just going to constantly be hanging out in this ambiguity, and so kind of was a Rorschach test of just like, did you not like it or did you like it? And if that was the case, people were always going to give Buster the benefit of the doubt. But when you are so aggressively shitty, and the other thing too is he just comes in just guns blazing.
Yeah.
Just like Willie Adames, no one else is interested. They're waiting for the market to come down. I'll give them that contract.
Yeah.
I mean, even again, and it all predicates from the Chapman thing. Like, I'll get it over the line. Why?
Yeah.
Like,
We all praised him for that. I did at least.
I didn't. You were literally. And I like Matt Chapman, but like, and then you see the PR thing afterwards. It came across my timeline the other day. I gotta get off that damn machine. But like, came across my timeline the other day that Fleming was just like, I don't know, he could be a Hall of Famer, and it's like, dude, that was the rhetoric. And Chapman had a great year, unquestionably, going into that. As most veteran players do when there's real money on the line. Baseball's $1.62 a year. Definitely for the Giants, $1.62. And like, it is a long haul. There's not a lot of inherent urgency in the sport of baseball. You'll always get them tomorrow. And that, when you're a veteran player and you put in thousands of games, like, or 1,000 games, like, you don't turn it on until the contract year. You don't. You might have a great year where everything feels good, but if you've played 8 Major League Baseball seasons, your body probably doesn't feel good. You're probably not having a lot of days where you're feeling awesome. And then, okay, you have a stretch of 2 to 3 weeks where you're feeling good and you're swinging good and you feel like you're young, you're 25 again. My God, what a time to be alive. And then you're playing Major League Baseball, so a baseball hits you on the thumb, and it would take all of us out, and we wouldn't be like, I can't write for 3 weeks. But they're out there the next day just going through it. And it's like, okay, so what is the impetus to get that extra something, right? The NFL has this inherently, because any play could be your last second on earth, right? Basketball has this problem. Regular season basketball sucks. 82 games, just go out there, just put up the shots, whatever. But then you get to the playoffs and you're like, this is the greatest shit I've ever seen. Why? Stakes, reason to go. This is where reputations are made, all this. Baseball, you can disappear. You can play 162 baseball games. You can dilute your entire public presence. No one will notice anything you do. If you're not egregiously terrible or totally awesome, and if you play in a market like this, which is not national, right? It's a big market, but it's not harsh for sure. And 2, ESPN's not like, whoa, what's happening with the Giants today? We got to get that. Is there any baseball team that even, like the Mets, you have to be an extreme to get any attention in baseball. So if you're just doing fine, no one's going to notice until the end of the year. And then they're going to be like, oh, maybe I don't pick them up in fantasy next year. But if you're in a contract year, everyone's paying attention at all times.
Because it's the pending free agent class.
Stakes, impetus. And what you have are 3 veterans who have no stakes whatsoever.
Bingo.
And so they're just going to be themselves. And Matt Chapman, credit to him, I'd be frustrated too, man. It must suck.
At least he cares.
At least he cares.
Right.
I think Devers cares, but he's insular. I presume.
I don't think Devers cares very much.
Well, whatever. I don't know. We would never really get to know him, would we?
No. I think he cares. I think he's trying to hit homers. I think he's trying to win, but I don't think he loses sleep over it.
I mean, Devers went from one of the guys who took the most walks in baseball to now just like the poster child of a team that's historically bad at taking walks. So there's something there. Not that we'll ever find out what that is. And then Adames is just there to have a good time, which is fun even if you're mediocre.
Giants Social loves that.
Oh yeah.
The Giants Social.
But that's the other thing too, right? We're going back to that Gilbert thing. It's all just turned into PR. It's all just turned into this vague.
Nothing like it.
It's all just turned into this vague, like, can we get a meme? Can we get this thing? Because they've almost decoupled themselves from the concept of Major League Baseball. They'll just keep making money if they can just convince you that it's a good time.
They're a tourist attraction.
Go to the ballpark. People are coming, San Francisco. I mean, the amount of different, obviously the World Cup's here. Not that I can believe anyone's showing up for Algeria, Jordan, or whatever.
A lot of Austrians around town for Austria Jordan on Tuesday night.
It was and listen, we had a good time with the Swiss the other day. Right. I was down at the game on Saturday, but not actually. It was kind of a waste of everybody's time. Very orderly though. The Qataris and the Swiss, shout out. Everyone was super nice.
Oh, that makes sense. They're orderly.
I sat in the upper deck for a little bit of it just to see how hot it was. Very. And it took roughly 130 seconds to get a back sweat going, which was it was calculating it perfectly.
I would have said less than that.
The Swiss finally taking a side for once, rooting for something.
Well, it was a Petro State
Petro
State versus a banking state, and you can tell what FIFA really cares about because all the Qataris were down low and all the Swiss were on the second deck. And it's like, that's interesting. But it was super orderly, super nice. But then I was sitting with my coworker Joseph Dikis, and we were having a conversation. And I go let me just try something. What do you think of this game so far? And he heard me without a problem.
Oh yeah.
I had the little decibel meter going on the Apple Watch. Wow. It's like 60.
Yeah, not great.
And I'm like, you ever been to the Kurtenbach household with a 3 and a 1-year-old? It's usually about 85.
Levi's gets noise dinged for the Niners.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's not a bowl. It's not a.
It's not the Seahawks.
venue. It's not Seahawks. It's not
No.
Kansas City.
no, it definitely didn't have a roof.
Another feature on how that stadium was poorly designed.
Well,
Yeah.
you get what you pay for.
Should we
when you
move
let
to the
a county
Niners?
Do it.
No.
Not
Do you
the
have Niners stuff?
Not really. I just thought we should move off to. I love this Giants stuff. We're
Do you feel
dominant.
like the Bay, like whether it is that like wear it on your sleeve energy or just like the
Check the cameras.
be passionate about shit energy? Like I feel like people really, maybe not really give a shit, but people give a shit about the Niners and the Warriors. And I feel like it's a pretty apparent. Do you feel like it's just mainly a Giants thing? Like,
No.
do you think it's an entire Bay Area thing and it just needs more of that energy?
I don't know if it needs it. To be
Okay.
fair, I don't know if it's
Right,
I
maybe
don't know
that's
if it's
not the Bay Area
appropriate.
brand.
Well, the brand's well earned if we're calling it a brand. Like it. I don't think people around here allow sports to negatively affect them,
Right.
which is probably an extremely
Except
healthy,
this guy, right?
positive thing to
Well.
do. That is not how I grew up.
Right.
Like I don't understand that. And again, going back to like the original premise, like whatever you believe the Giants are, like that to me, an outsider who's lived here for more than a decade now, like that is a premier brand. You know, they don't have, it's not true anymore, but like kind of, you know, they didn't have names on the back of the jerseys until Bruce Jenkins forced them to. Like, was it Osler? One or the other. And Miss Osler. But
So I was like, I don't know who these guys are.
I mean, kind of.
He's still alive.
No, yeah, like I don't see him anymore. I could call him, I guess. That would require effort. And
Call his landline.
I got a landline. Yeah, total waste of time.
Comcast just gives you one these days.
No, I used a great sponsor of KNBR, Uma.
Ooh.
The Uma guest line finally got to me after a decade.
You had your own Uma guest line.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's only for daycare to call and be like, she's puking. And
She's puking. We got the daycare on the guest
Uma
line.
guest line.
we got daycare in Alameda. First
My daughter
time,
is
long time.
Puking. Now, what does the puke consist of?
Yeah, what do you think about that? And so, I don't even remember. They don't internalize it. They don't get angry about it, which again is super healthy. But it gives these teams a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
I will say one thing about the three fan bases, unlike anywhere else,
We're not talking earthquakes.
and we're not talking Quakes, we're not talking Valks. I'm sorry.
We're not even talking Sharks.
We're not even talking Sharks.
Bastards.
But what we will talk Sharks if we have time. We won't be on about the Giants so much. But basically, I feel like in Philly and Boston and those places, if you're a fan of one, you're a fan of them all. There's a lot of non-crossover and like
That makes sense.
there are Niners fans who are Dodger fans. There are Warriors fans who are scorned A's fans, and there are
I'm sorry, did you say there were Giants fans that are Dodgers fans?
Niners fans that are Dodgers
thank God.
fans. No. But like there are actually not that many people who are diehards for all three.
Yeah.
They're there, but like
Yeah, you can.
I talk to Niners
look,
fans that are like, I don't really care about the Giants. When a city like that back east, it's like they're dying with the Fightins during the day and then they're dying with the Birds at night.
we don't have a real winter here.
What does that have to do with it?
There's nothing else to
There's
do
stuff
in
to
the
do.
winter.
Yeah.
You sit around, you put on whatever on cable. Back when
Right.
that existed, like that's it.
There's also a lot of transplants here.
But LA has the same issue. Boston
yeah.
has a lot of transplants. New York has a shit ton of transplants.
Yeah.
Major cities have transplants. That's how it goes. And like, maybe not Philly, but it's like
But when the transplants move to New York, they take on the New York Knicks fandom, as we saw during this finals run. A
yeah,
lot
I
of them
suppose
do.
so, because that's an event, and
Yeah.
there's an exclusivity there. You got 10 million people. You got one basketball team. I refuse to acknowledge that the Nets are real.
Yeah.
And so it's like I get it. And by the way, when Durant and Kyrie and Harden were there, Nets tickets were hard as hell to get, to my understanding. My brother lived in Brooklyn. Like he's like, I can't even go to a Nets game. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Thought that was the one thing you could go to. Like, so, but like, okay, we live in one of the most beautiful places on earth. As bad as it gets is, it's been raining.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little windy today.
it's a
Not
little
bad.
windy. I mean, I'm bitching about it being 65 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Should be 68.
Yeah, right? Like, and I'll go back to I can go over the hill. I can get to Walnut Creek and it'll be 100, but like, that's neither here nor there. And I just don't think that we internalize it because it's not part of the cultural DNA for sports. And this is a West Coast thing. This is a major city thing. And like, going even to your point about, fans inside the Bay, like you can look at my mileage, man. If you want to, Niners is a strange one because obviously it's San Francisco, But you had 2 other fucking teams in this market that represented the East Bay, 3 if you include the Warriors. And so there was always that cut of like, I'm a Raiders fan. Well, now that's not there. Are you going to take on the Niners, or are you just going to live your life?
Some have, but not the real.
They're not all the way in. Yeah. So they're definitely not going to be a diehard Niners fan if they grew up a Raiders fan. And those, clearly those exist. If you were an A's, if you were an A's fan, so if you're somebody of like my age, likelihood much higher that you were an A's fan than a Giants fan if you lived in the East Bay.
Right.
Not to say that you couldn't have been a Giants fan in the East Bay with 2002 and all that, but like Giants generally pretty meh during that, that kind of formative years, 90s, early 2000s, save for one, glorious year and just some, allegedly enhanced play. But like he beat the case. So he's good. But
all meat diet.
But like, Jason Giambi was doing the same thing. And it's like, man, if that's just in my backyard, maybe I'll just go with the A's who are doing this, kind of cool, interesting thing and winning above, kind of super underdog story. So you have that. Now, they don't exist. They're gone.
Yeah. Right.
No one's following the A's to Sacramento. Raiders fans have followed the Raiders to Vegas.
That's kind of more of an NFL thing.
But that's an NFL thing.
It's once a week.
So you have a market that's very large, but not like insanely large, right? Depends on where you want to draw your parameters. You lost 2 teams out of it. You had the Warriors in the ultimate salad days. Warriors, everybody was about the Warriors when it was going, as well you should. Now it's super expensive. It doesn't have the same soul and spirit. I don't think that they care about that trade-off at all because of the moolah. Mm-hmm. Right. And like we all know, it's kind of end of days, and we're just sort of celebrating the past while living in the future, and that's fine. Warriors fan, there's still plenty of Warriors fans that are upset about the state of affairs. I get it, but like, what are you gonna? Nothing you can do about it.
It's hard for me to get that upset. They won 4 championships. It's like
I live in Alameda. I took the ferry over today, right?
Yeah.
Like I come into the city. I live right next to Oakland. If I want to get down to Santa Clara, it's an hour drive. Right. I can take the train if that train would ever run on time. I can, if I want to go to the Sharks, like the Sharks are on TV. They're also on TV in Sacramento. And sometimes it feels like I'm in Sacramento if I got to get down to a Sharks practice in the morning, because it's like, I'm not sure if I can pull this off if they're going at 10:30. It's like you're trying to wrangle 2 wombats to get to daycare. And it's just like, man, I don't know if we're going to make it. If traffic's just a little bit off, I'm screwed.
Right. Yeah.
And so in that, there's 3 different major metropolitan areas inside of one region. Mm-hmm. And right, we've consistently been like, oh, San Francisco, the World Cup's for San Francisco. It's like, but it isn't. San Jose's a bigger town population-wise.
Right.
Oakland has its own distinct personality. A lot of times, just anything that's not San Francisco is Oakland, right? The whole thing. Having that plus a little bit of Sacramento, plus a little bit of, Napa, which is a different whole thing, getting down into the Central Coast a little bit. There's just a lot of different types of people.
Yes.
And a lot of different metro areas. So this whole, like, we're all in this together thing, it's like, we're not. We're not warring factions.
The closest it got, I think, was when the Warriors were in their salad days, as you said.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think it could get.
They were the
back
Bays
there.
team,
but that was the most engaging team in the history of sports.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think if they got good
people on
again,
the East Coast were staying up until 2:00 in the
point,
morning because they're like, this is the greatest shit I've ever seen.
I was living in Brooklyn teaching like an after-school program for like elementary school Brooklyn kids, and they were emulating Curry, like doing Curry step backs and wearing Curry jerseys.
That's how it is. Like you had a singular star of. I grew up in Chicago with Jordan, so like I don't even understand the scope of Michael Jordan because he was just there.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that too.
But like Curry, Jordan, same thing. Yep. It's the same thing. I know we forget all the. Oh, you say he's the same. Yes,
as far as the hype goes,
culturally,
impact.
For Curry to have the cultural impact that he had, to be that I'm sure that people will say, oh, actually, I hate Steph Curry. To have that kind of Q rating in an era when no one agrees on anything because we just live on our phones and we get delivered to us whatever we want, whatever will engage us the most. We live entirely different realities because we're all living a reality through this fucking thing.
Yeah,
like,
we'll get to that too.
Don't touch my phone, please.
Who's on there? Like, for him to have that level of Q rating in that era.
He transcended the divisiveness of our culture, for sure.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
And so, like, Brock Purdy ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Macklin Celebrini is not going to do that. You know
That was
why?
my next question.
No, Macklin Celebrini is one of the greatest hockey players I've ever seen with my own two eyes. And we're so blessed to have him in the Bay.
Still not 21. Or no, still not
Not
20.
even 20.
He's still 19.
He's unbelievable.
Right.
He's unbelievable. And I did a hard pivot this entire year because I've been a hockey guy my entire life. I'm literally wearing a fucking Rangers hat. Yeah. Mainly because my head's too big and I just wear Original Six hockey teams hats because they're the only ones that get made in the size of my giant melon, which is mostly filled with air. But he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Hockey is not a mainstream sport
it doesn't have the same
in a
ceiling.
multicultural environment. Sorry,
No,
it just
but
isn't.
I do think if the Sharks get to the point where they're competing for a Stanley Cup, I do think the Bay Area gets Sharks fever.
They'll get about it.
Yeah.
They'll get about it at the highest level.
Yes.
No one's going to be hopping on the bandwagon the way your boy did this past year where it's like they could make the playoffs. Or even beforehand where I'm just like, they're interesting.
How good should fans expect the Sharks to be in the next 5 to 7 years?
They're going to win a Stanley Cup before the turn of the decade.
They're going to win one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the declaration here.
That's 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Assuming the Sharks tap into that level, like how big of a piece of the coverage pie do you feel like the Sharks warrant or would deserve?
Yeah.
Whether that's from the radio, KNBR, or just
I'm the only
in
motherfucker
general.
talking about him.
We did more than 95.7.
I wouldn't know.
Not even
I'm a
on
company
air.
man, even though
Yeah,
I
it is.
don't officially work for this
95.7
company.
isn't even on his dial in his car.
Yeah, I don't even have an FM radio.
Yeah.
I only listen to the good band,
Yeah.
the AM. No.
1050.
Because if you talk too much Sharks, you're not realistically going to survive. I'm more so thinking of KNBR.
Well, you can talk about him
just-
during playoff season,
yeah,
but I don't know if you talk about him in the offseason or even the beginning of the hockey
exactly.
season.
Like just assuming they
You know
are a
what?
top team in the league.
This is. I maybe came prepared with one point. I think that we spend. I'm going to look right into it.
Yeah.
I think we spend way too much time in this building. That camera.
Yeah. Right
Should I
here.
look right here?
Stop breaking up the take.
We spend too much time in this line of work worrying about what other people want to hear.
Agreed.
You know what people want to hear? Passion. People want to hear smart, intelligent, or the exact opposite. But they want to hear what people want to talk about. That's the irony. If you're constantly looking for external approval, you're never going to get anything new, interesting, and you're never going to grow. You're never going to grow.
Wow.
And everybody is just like so worried about what's trending on Twitter. You know what's trending on Twitter? No one has ever got a trending topic on Twitter or any of these algorithmically built sites, which have now just we've outsourced all of our opinions to these.
Yeah.
No one's ever gotten one being like, I like that. You know why? Because it's not controversial to say things that are good or positive. It's not. Now, I'm inherently controversial because I'm always saying things that seem to be negative because I'm a naturally pessimistic person, and we can get into my Catholic upbringing in Chicago some other time. But, like, if you were to just say, like, that was a good refereed game, that's not going to...
It's not hitting the algo.
The algo is going to look at that and go, that ain't going to get squat.
Yeah.
Because the
they're right.
only thing that can happen is someone agrees. You have to say something that's controversial. Something that's controversial inherently gets conversation going.
Right.
And that's the only thing it wants. It wants more attention. It wants more conversation.
Yeah. More engagement.
We are not having a conversation here.
Right.
Sports talk radio might be a back and forth, but it's a normal back and forth, right? Like you're debating a point, whatever. But this is not, talk about things that are passionate to you. Talk about things that you feel strongly about. I feel strongly about the San Jose Sharks, their future. I feel very strongly about who they should take at number 2. I feel strongly because I feel strongly about damn near everything. If you don't want to listen to that, that's fine. There are plenty of people who can facilitate you in wishy-washy, hope that this doesn't ruffle any feathers takes. Mm-hmm. But like this medium, the greats of this medium, the shows that resonate not just in the market at the time that they're happening, but have resonated throughout time, are people speaking strongly, speaking intelligently about what it is they want to talk about, and bringing stuff forward that isn't being talked about.
New ideas.
Not just to do, the Grant Cohn thing of just like, this is going to get. He's a genius, by the way. He's a genius.
We're big Grant Cohn guys here
I'm not.
on the off-air podcast.
Well,
we're all big Grant Cohn guys.
I'm just saying he's a genius in that he
dislike him.
understands that that YouTube is an entirely attention-based economy, and the way to get attention is to just find things that are controversial and to press the button. It's no different. And again, this is not a germane thing as it comes. It's the same thing with Fox News 30 years ago. Just say the controversial thing, you'll get attention. Attention's the only thing that matters.
Attention sells, yeah.
You're in a sports talk radio. Like people have to actively tune in. Right? You guys with the clips and stuff, okay, that's one thing. But that can also, be presented in a bunch of different ways. I won't tell you how to do your jobs. I'm going to tell everyone who does everything else how to do their job.
Well, you're in that space.
But talk about things you're passionate about. Talks about things that are interesting to you. That's how a normal person would have a conversation.
Start a dialogue and a conversation. Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually interested in that. Yeah. If you
have a point of view,
flip it from sports to something else that's inherently frivolous but is incredibly enjoyable, like music. First off, we haven't had a song of the summer in 3 years. Does anyone think that's weird?
That's totally bizarre. I noted that.
Don't come at me with Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, by the way.
Dua Lipa.
Pink Pony Club in 24 was right there.
That was not a song.
Was that 3 summers
ago?
That
was more after that was more winter.
That was a song of the summer.
It was more fall.
That was more the winter 2014.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't had a song of the summer, which is always a stupid song.
Chet Hanks, where are you?
Right. Jaman. Though, did he pivot to country?
Probably. I think rap country, I think.
Factually speaking, he pivoted to country. I saw that the other day.
Good for him.
But we haven't had any of that. Again, we're all just living in our little silos. And if you're turning on sports talk radio, it's not so that if you're turning on let's just do it with these other stations. What would be more interesting to you as a radio show if you were DJing? Something where it's like, here's something cool and new and interesting that I think is cool, new, and interesting. You might not agree. That's fine. I think it's cool, new, and interesting, and I want to share it with you. I have a passion to share this with you.
Right.
Well, if I just wanted to listen to the song that I want to listen to, I could just go on Spotify and pull it up.
Ding, 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 ding.
If I just wanted to hear the sports take I want to hear, I can listen to
guy on YouTube. You can ask Grok.
Yeah.
It'll give you anything you want if
Yeah.
you just ask it nicely enough.
Yeah.
You can get it to do it in my voice.
So you're right in that we need to look at it more so like saying that we need to tell people what to care about is maybe a little much, but we need to have our opinions and our point of view and not give a shit about what the audience
if you're convicted and strong and opinion and knowledgeable,
that's why people like radio
will come
hosts.
to you.
Yes.
Every segment should,
even if they don't agree with you.
Yeah.
Every segment should start with this mental premise. Can't wait to tell you about this. Dude, can't wait to share this with you. So excited to talk about this.
For social media posts too.
Legitimately, that's how it is. Because again, you can just go in there and repeat the box score and be like, everything's fine with the Giants. That's what people want to hear. People want to hear that everything's fine with the Giants. But if you just constantly placate to lowest common denominator, no waves made, whatever, nothing interesting is going to happen. And when people think about you, they're not going to have any passion for you.
Right.
That's not how human beings interact.
They're
People want to talk about stuff that they're excited or interesting or mad about.
Right.
Not for the sake of getting some click or feeding some machine, because that's how people interact. Has anyone ever been to a party? What are we doing? Dieter, what do you think about the Sharks? Dude, let me tell you about the Sharks.
Right.
Yeah. You should be amped about this.
And you don't tune in to Dieter because his opinions are specific opinions. You tune in because his opinions are presented a specific way.
What is he going to tell me?
Yes.
But even and again, clearly, I haven't even been hired by this station. Right? So clearly there's a certain level of it ain't their shtick. That's fine. Yeah. They can't get rid of me. They could. They can very easily.
They can do anything they want.
You don't even have a key card.
Correct.
Loader had to go get him at the front.
Yeah, the muzzle I thought was a bit much. But we'll use that later, you and me.
Whoa.
Just wear the hat, And
that.
the flip side of that is, okay, I'm coming in, I'm passionate, I believe what I'm saying, I'm excited to share this take with you guys. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm not just here, I'm not just a bystander, I'm excited to share what it is I got to say about this. Because you can tell the second where I'm like, I guess I have to do a segment today on this. Just perfunctory performance nonsense. And we'll do that. Everyone will do that because there's stuff that we got to talk about this. But then no one ever interacts with it. You know why? Because you don't feel it. You're not in it. These people, if you're listening to sports talk radio, you're a passionate sports fan. Yeah. You have to be in this day and age. So you want somebody who feels something towards it. And the best part about if you're somebody who's like, I can't wait to tell you this. If I'm excited about something, can't wait to tell you. If I think everyone's being a fucking moron, I'm excited to tell you about it.
Right.
Coming in with passion about it, which the best of the best can do it every segment, every day, no matter what, and it's not fake. I'm not that. But that ideal, if people disagree with you, that makes a better show.
Yeah.
Right.
Not because you're inherently looking for something to create controversy so people disagree with it. That feeds an algorithm that doesn't have any personal feelings, doesn't understand how to interact with people.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it with actual people and they go, whoa, you got this all wrong, now we're actually having a fun conversation.
Right.
And you know who did this better than anybody? We talk about the masters of the medium, and I'm going to make this comp, and I mean it with the most respect possible. Rush Limbaugh, the man with the golden mic.
I mean, kinda. I mean, yeah, they're really, really, conservative talk hosts are really, really good at it.
Yeah.
The only reason that AM radio, talk radio still exists is because of conservative talking heads. They're really good at that medium, and they're passionate about it. I disagree with almost all of their views.
But Rush Limbaugh would start almost every show with
Registered independent.
You guys are
Dieter
gonna have to.
Kurtenbach.
You would start a show with you guys need to hear
Canceled.
this.
You're canceled. Yes, but you guys need to hear this. And
Dieter Wokenbach.
But if you back up what you believe with solid facts, you can show your work. You're not just saying this for attention.
Yeah.
People, the one thing in this, everything's, computerized and all this stuff, and I'm not bemoaning it. It's incredible and, terrifying all at the same time. But people spot phonies. Okay? So if you don't have passion for it, that's fine. Don't try to be passionate about it. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
Yeah.
But again, I grew up, no one does it better than Felger in Boston.
Felger and Maz.
They're unbelievable. And they got a great dynamic. That's another aspect of things that I can't even begin to quantify or even understand because I do fucking solo radio shows. But
I love solo radio shows though.
But that's a conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
And either I'm telling you guys y'all missing it. You're all missing it. Every Giants segment this season, I should have just started with the exact same words. You're not angry enough. Yeah. Why aren't you angry?
See, I'm turning that.
That's what I was saying when I was there on Wednesday before the crazy comeback.
Why aren't you booing this terrible baseball team?
Bums.
Do you not care? Do you not care? Because they are disgracing the city name with this god-awful brand of baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't represent us. Maybe we've just dissociated. Maybe we're all just here to have a good time at the ballpark. If that was the case, I can think of a lot better places to go than some place that sells $23
beer. Might as well go to Dolores Park.
Right. Yeah. I can go down to the bodega, grab a couple brews. We can listen to the game on the radio because that's still a premier product.
$6.80.
And we can have a good time.
Beautiful view.
We can do it. Yeah.
Sit on a blanket.
We live in San Francisco. That's not even that good of a view.
Yeah.
In San Francisco. It's kind of a shitty view by San Francisco standards.
Yeah, you're looking at
but
a
you know
port.
what? If you live in fucking Houston, that place is incredible. You know what? I've spent a lot of time in Houston. Let me tell you.
I like that take. Honestly, not even that great of a view by San Francisco standards.
By San Francisco,
I thought that too. If you're on the right field side,
turn it around.
Right field side's nice.
Turn it this way.
If you're on the right side, it's
you got
great.
the Bay Bridge.
If you're just looking at that port or whatever, the Mission Bay, it's fine. You're looking at water.
Fine.
You're just looking at water.
Looking at that abandoned warehouse in right field.
It's getting better. It used to be worse.
They don't even have, what was the name, Rusty?
They don't even have Rusty anymore.
They don't even have Rusty.
They don't even have
there.
goddamn Rusty.
And so it's okay, listen. And by the way, we're so muted to that. Living in just this most unbelievably beautiful.
Spoiled.
I have a redwood in my backyard.
Yeah.
And every now and again I'm like, fuck, that's beautiful.
Right.
And then otherwise I'm like, these goddamn crows that live in the redwood.
Yeah.
Me and the crows are in a long battle. My car's covered in shit. Again,
crow shit.
Crows,
that's a bird shit
crows
you don't hear
and
about too
collars. Not exactly my friends.
What else do we even have on our list here?
No, so the whole point, to answer your goddamn question.
Anyway.
That was from 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. I forget what he said.
I don't think that we internalize the bad because we don't have to. And maybe we is the wrong term, but people in the Bay don't internalize the bad of sports because there's a lot of other stuff to do. It's a busy place. And because, as you noted, not all these teams are just in our backyard.
Yeah.
Whereas in like Philly, okay, you
right
might
there.
be out there. Yeah. They're all right there.
Right.
In Chicago, the separation between North and South side
Right.
is like, 9 miles? But that's
Yeah.
a totally different world
It's all
for Chicago.
Yeah.
But like that's totally different worlds in Chicago. It's all in the city until the Bears moved to Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah. And that mindset we have here might be a healthy mindset for life.
Totally.
But it doesn't make for the best sports
It's something-
radio or
it's
the best
doesn't-
sports content.
It's something that I had
It
to
doesn't demand winning from.
Yeah.
It doesn't demand winning because the pressure isn't on. And when you
I
have
will
a
say-
ballpark that has a mediocre San Francisco view that's elite by anybody else's standards, and you have a world-class city around it, like, we all get so fucking down on San Francisco. And like, listen, it's not like I haven't seen somebody shooting up, but like, come on now.
It's a great place.
It's amazing.
San Francisco's incredible, and people are always going to want to come, even if, Rush Limbaugh, dead, or, Tucker
dead.
Carlson, don't, think that, you're going to get stabbed
Clay
by...
Travis,
Yeah, where does Clay Travis live?
Nashville,
Oh, great. Yeah, fucking epicenter of culture that is. You ever been to Nashville?
Disney World of the city. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Outrageously fun, but I wouldn't want to live there.
For who?
Fun for like a night.
I was there for 3 days. It was awesome.
What'd you do?
My buddy was a senior at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's a good time.
Yeah. I will say, I think there is more hate and vitriol and maybe pain-fueled emotion about the Niners than the other two. And I think it's because for anyone under 40 years old,
Never seen it.
the Niners haven't done it for them.
I'll give you that.
It's hard for me
Also,
to get
football
mad at
separates to a different level
football
than anything
separates,
else.
but like, it's hard for me. The Giants, the lease has run out on the 3 titles, but I also do remember it. The Warriors, it'll be another 10 years before I get really mad.
It's going to be a minute with the Warriors.
The Niners have
And it
not
should be.
not only have they not done it, they've taken us to the edge twice in the last couple of years, to the edge 3 times in the last 15 years, and 4 or 5 other years they've gone to the NFC title game and lost. Like,
Yeah.
it has been painfully close.
Edging.
So many times. They're edging us. And there's a real, almost probably likely possibility that this group will never do it.
I was thinking about that. Do you think they won't do it?
This
I
current group?
think if Shanahan's the head coach for another 20 years, I think they'll do it.
What do you mean this current group? You mean the Shanahan?
Shanahan, Lynch,
Purdy. Yeah, I don't think they do it.
Me neither.
I don't think they do
And
it.
if
with
Shanahan's
Purdy.
head coach for the
I would
next
say
20
no.
years,
He's not going to be the head coach for another 20 years.
you don't think so?
20 years, man.
No.
His last quarterback is Brock Purdy.
Really? So is
That's
that
a long runway.
Is that a his choice or is that a
That's Lynch.
Niners choice?
That's Jed York.
That's Jed York's choice.
Why would Jed York get rid of Shanahan?
Because the same
got a
reason
lot.
that
It's
the
just
Eagles
it's
got
just
rid of
scar
Andy
tissue?
Reid.
It's just scar tissue?
Like, you can't get us over the top, and now
yeah,
we got to
Andy Reid's a
rebuild,
great
Now
and
it's
you don't want to
toxic.
be here.
Yeah.
Like, these things fall apart way faster than anyone ever gives them the expectation of. And like, maybe we
Especially in the NFL. That's a good point.
in the NFL, like one bad. I mean, I don't think it was outrageous when they had that 4-win season or whatever it was in 2024, where it's like, I don't know, man, it might be over, and then you're starting a clock.
Yeah.
But then
And they bounced back and had a great year when nothing else went right health-wise.
correct. But like, you're still just balancing out this. Like, you're not good enough. You're not
Yeah.
good enough in either direction.
How different is Shanahan perceived right now if they get that 4th and 1 stop in overtime against the Chiefs?
Infinitely the same way that McVay is perceived. They have the same amount of Super Bowl titles.
But you think it would actually be that like, tangibly different for people if they're like, because
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense because
100%.
it's not even like he's a defensive guy. They get that
If
stop
they
there.
win the Super Bowl?
They win the Super Bowl, but
yeah.
like he got them there. And
It's night and day.
Or if
I'm
Jimmy
pushing-
Garoppolo completes a pass to,
Right.
yeah.
I'm pushing back against people who say,
If
"Oh,
he
you
won a
just can't do it
goddamn-
with Shanahan."
Here would have been my counter to any argument. And by the way, I would have been the first one on this wall. Like, if anyone's like, I don't know if Shannon's good. He won a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. End of argument.
Yeah,
Like, how could he
they
not be a good coach?
basically did.
But he didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he didn't. But you could say the same thing
if
for
you
a
were-
bunch of Andy Reid Eagles plays back in the day.
And if you were a Bears fan or even a Packers fan, if you were anything other than a 49ers fan, if you're anything other than this doesn't play with the Steelers, it doesn't play with the Cowboys to a degree, it doesn't play with like the premier brands. Patriots, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the 49ers are a premier brand in sports.
right.
Full stop.
Yeah,
They are the West Coast team. This is powerful, powerful stuff that they haven't even fully bastardized yet. They're not even good enough to bastardize how big that brand is.
yes.
right? They could try to drag that thing down, and they would never. It's so big, so powerful. It's an international sports brand in American football. People know what that interlocking SF looks like. They know what that oval means.
Right.
That my wife.
This can be hard.
My wife grew up in fucking Scotland. She's like, when I knew the 49ers when I was a kid.
Really?
Not like she was
I thought
watching
you were
or
gonna do
anything.
a Scottish accent.
I would never. And by the way, 1-0 against Haiti, big win. And let me just make sure we date this perfectly. And then she goes, when I think about the 49ers, I think that's what American football looks like.
Wow.
That was like her stance
She's
because
like, I
of
think
the
Garrison Hurst. I think JJ Stokes.
Yeah, I mean, don't even start her on Ricky Waters. And so, but when she thinks 49ers, she thinks gold pants, red top, gold helmet. There's something, I mean, Denver Broncos had to muck it up, with their terrible uniforms. Like, they could have been something, but there is something to the aesthetics of the 49ers brand
100%.
And the way that team looks and the way that they've been, it means something.
People know what the term 49er is because of the San Francisco 49ers.
Correct. And it's not about the fucking most popular jean company in the world. And so it doesn't matter if you come in second if you're the San Francisco 49ers. And at some point, that's going to catch up. It's not now. He might fend it off for as long and he might walk away on his own. But at a certain point, if we've gone from Super Bowl out of nowhere, Super Bowl appearance out of nowhere, consistent competitiveness, always in that championship game, another Super Bowl where, you were favored and should have won. Like, that was your game. And now you're in.
You should have won them both.
Well, yeah. One of them had Jimmy Garoppolo as a quarterback.
Well, that's the one you were up 10 with 9 minutes to go in the ball.
Motherfucker, I was there.
20.
So, like, I know. I saw it. I can still see in my mind's eye that pass being overthrown.
I think the Chiefs still win that if they complete that.
And listen, I grew up a Chiefs fan. That was their first Super Bowl. Like,
the 3rd and 15 is the big play in that one.
Yeah, Wasp. That was like, I was emotionally removed. Being around the Niners, there's a certain affinity and positivity that you have towards the team that you cover just because, you like going.
Unless you're Grant Cohn.
You like going to work. And also, it's like this has been a wonderful, wild ride, and everyone's having a really good time on it. You're going to pick up on that energy and enjoy being along for the ride. Even as pessimistic, I'm not shitting all over that. That was a great time. But I don't go in rooting one way or another because I just want interesting things to happen because business is good with interesting things, which is why I love this Giants team. Can't get enough of them.
Business.
If they went 81-81 again, I would have hated them because no one would have cared. But at least there are people who are having to show their true colors now.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who don't care. There's a lot of people who are just like, whatever, I'll tune it out. Fair enough. But if you're an actual Giants fan, like, we're finding out who the true ride or dies are because they're like, I hate this. I need this to end. And they're acting irrational. They're going crazy with the ideas. And they should, because this is insanity inducing watching this baseball team every day. And
Back to the Giants.
it's the counter equivalent to the 107 season. It's like, I don't understand how this is happening, but we're having a great time. This is I don't understand how this is happening, but we're having a terrible time.
Yeah.
So along those lines,
Equally
like that
terrible
2019 Niners team, like, you kind of understood how it was happening, but you're like, I don't really.
You watch the defense become really good. You're like, oh, this is legit.
They were
never
really
believe that they could sustain it.
They were a really, really good
But they could
football team.
defensively, yeah.
And you go in, you're just looking to see if it happens. And
Jimmy had a great year too.
he did. He did.
A lot of it maybe was empty calories.
Then the entire NFL figured out,
He had
like, he's not good.
great statistical year.
He's not good. Here's what we have to do: just take away the flat. But it's
His old flat.
yeah. Ironically, the Niners might have told everybody exactly how to defend them. So this is like one of the weird quirks of when you face your own offense. I've always believed this, even going back to college. Like, teams will they can't help but play defenses that would hurt you in your own practices because no one wants to get embarrassed in practice. So there's always these elements. And if you remember back in 2019, Tarvarius Moore was playing like a big nickel.
I do remember, yeah.
Well, what took away the middle of the field for the entire NFL, and this has been like the main development over the last 3 years on defense, big nickel.
Yeah, the nickel.
Like, they had that in 2019.
Right.
Because because they see themselves. This is the difference between football and any other sport. You play yourself all the time. It's a masturbatory practice. Right. Like, and so
nice.
you're watching all this tape of these other teams, but you're not in it, you're not feeling it, and you don't have the emotions that come of like, these guys are cooking us. Well, it doesn't matter if they're cooking you in practice, because you're not playing them in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have these little small mannerisms, these little your development, right? Necessity is the mother of invention. These little inventions that you come up with, they're more often to stop your own team. So if you just pay attention to what teams do on both sides of the ball,
Right.
you have a dominant unit, which that Niners defense was, or that Niners offense certainly was that year, where it's just like, how are they doing it with these dudes? Well, they were giving everyone else the answers if they wanted to pay attention. No one's better at this than Sean McVay, by the way. Sean McVay knows this answer. Maybe I learned that from him. It's not neither here nor there. So yeah, the Niners they've edged us, but again with the Niners, all that matters is winning the trophy, because the brand, because it means so much, and this is going to be the big issue with the Warriors moving forward, which is we win titles.
Yeah.
Buddy, not anymore.
Yeah.
So y'all better start getting real comfortable with like we made the playoffs and won a series, which would be incredible if you remove the context.
But the context is a good thing overall. I think the context does hold weight. Like,
well, and let's go back to Giants. The context. Logan Webb's played in one playoff series in 8 years.
Yeah.
So what's the context? The context is they're not supposed to be good. Context is they don't play in the playoffs. The one year they made the playoffs, literally no one could explain to me how they did it.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there every day for 3 months.
They couldn't explain how.
They're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know what that team though?
44-19 in one-run games.
That team had an ethos and a collectiveness and a togetherness, and when they got a little bit of momentum, they made it a lot of momentum.
Completely.
So, all of this to say, y'all need to toughen the fuck up, and you need to start getting more angry.
I like it.
I will
With
continue to answer questions. I have time.
No, I love.
There's time.
Anyone?
I was just thinking of the question with the Niners Super Bowl window. Like, it's hard for me to not see, like, you see the Seahawks, and it's like, they're probably going to be the little brother to the Seahawks for, like, 10 years.
Defense ain't sticky. It just ain't. Now, Mike McDonald's defenses might be sticky. He's unbelievable.
Right.
And that's the other thing, too. Like, that's the cool part about the NFL and why everything's so temporary. Like, the Seahawks had a good coach. Could have just ran it out forever, right? In a less stressful environment. Just, Pete. Let Pete do his thing. Pete got ran out of the league in like 4 fucking years because people figured out how to stop his stuff.
Yeah.
He had no other tricks up his sleeve, and it's very ungracious.
Shit changes fast in the NFL.
Shit changes
especially
fast.
with the way the salary cap is.
Shit changes halfway through a year in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right? Think about 13 personnel. That's not something they were doing at the beginning of the year in the Rams. So with your comment on the Super Bowl window, like,
the next 5 years just seems so bleak.
Mike McDonald was brought in
Because of
specifically.
the Rams and the Seahawks. Like,
the division's
I'm just
good.
Yeah,
But,
the
like, you
division's
5 years is way too long.
Also,
of a window.
injuries happen. Like, you got to put yourself in a position to be good every year, and you never know what happens.
But I hate that lot. That's what they're saying with the Niners right now.
exactly.
They've changed the perception. Again, football, it's all about listening for the little things, because people will actually tell you amongst all the just white noise that's typically out there. They did the end of the season presser, Lynch and Shanahan, and a general question about like expectations moving forward, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And both Lynch and Shanahan are just like, just get into the tournament and see what happens. It's like, that's different. That's a lesser expectation. It's not wrong. It's inherently correct.
Yeah.
In football or any
it's-
sport.
okay.
But like, by the way, like you got in the tournament last year. How'd that fucking end up? Because same thing with baseball. Like, just get in the tournament, see what happens. You're gonna run into a juggernaut. Last year, Seattle defense was the best in 25 years. I firmly believe that. That's not a recency bias thing. I've been saying it for months. Like, that defense was unbelievable. But it's not
Better than the 15 Broncos?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're just so
Better than the 13 Seahawks?
yes.
Shit.
Wow.
19 Niners.
Well, the 25 years. Less.
No, 2019 Niners. I don't
Oh yeah, big time.
know. I'm mad.
They were what they were doing tactics-wise, scheme-wise, was multiple years ahead of what anyone else was doing.
They draft so well, too.
And again, they understood what they were trying to build towards.
Yeah.
And everyone wonders, like, oh, why did the Seahawks get like Mike McDonald? They brought him in because he was the man who was identified specifically that would kill Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
And how do they know that? 2023 Christmas Day,
Yep.
Levi's Stadium, Baltimore Ravens, 49ers. And the absolute ass kicking that happened there. You can even go back a little bit further in somewhat of the same oeuvre which is the Vikings games with the Niners with Purdy at quarterback. And Brian Flores just like, this little man ain't beating us. He just blitz his ass all day. And Brock's like, I'm scrambling, I'm doing stuff. But then you don't have receivers that can separate.
Yeah.
You don't have it. So a lot of what the Niners have tried to do is try to solve those problems based on things that were happening. What McVay's tried to do is he's tried to get ahead and create new problems so that they can't catch up in time. And 13 personnel was this kind of extreme move to actually counter something that was happening in real time. But usually he's a year ahead. Kyle then follows a year later, and then the league defenses catch up. But then McVay was 2 years ahead, and then Kyle was a year ahead. And it just, this is the way that things work. Defense got ahead. Defense got ahead with McDonald because they were able to bring in somebody from the outside, so not in the division, not in the division, by the way, that defense was playing where anyone played that style of offense, which is a rarity in this NFL. And they can bring him into there, put him in the den, and he within 2 years, into his second year, he kicked their asses. Because they had an ideal, they had a rubric, they knew exactly what they were going for on defense. The problem is defense ain't sticky. They've lost some good talent on that defense. And defense, the entire premise is reactionary and full contact. That shit don't last. So you can continue to be as great of a drafting team as the Seahawks are. And they did some really good stuff. They got that kid out of Arkansas. I think he's from the city. Like they did some good stuff drafting.
Emanwari, yeah.
But like in Emanwari, but like that was a crapshoot.
A lot of people I know who are ball knowers love that pick.
The Emanwari, I mean, I could go on for about 4 hours about Emanwari. I'll try to keep it short. Emanwari would have probably failed in 30 systems. But if he went to Flores or if he went to McDonald, he was going to succeed because they understood that he has to play near the line of scrimmage. He can't play safety.
He can't play deep safety.
He's a linebacker. There's nothing wrong with that. He's an unbelievable linebacker. He might be a one-of-one linebacker, but he's a linebacker. But the same thing with Love, the same thing. They have so many unique, Kobe Bryant, the versatility, the switch everythingness, very reminiscent of the NBA in like 2014, 2015. Where the Warriors are coming out with this. Then you even go back to like, and I've had 100 conversations with Kerr about this. Like,
Steve?
No,
Nick.
Samantha, the soccer player. Chelsea? Yeah. And so, like, switch everything is not a new concept. Right? And it's certainly not a new one now. It's a 10-year-old sort of trope almost. But you look at 2011, 2013 Spurs, kind of that's the Spurs teams that played the Heat in the finals.
Yeah.
And then even before that a little bit with Steve Kerr's sons.
Right.
Boris Diaw.
The D'Antoni teams.
The D'Antoni teams.
Oh, Steve Kerr's Phoenix Suns. I thought you were talking about Nick again.
Should we call,
Very
should
good.
We, should we call Nick?
I actually literally was like, he has two?
Yeah, no, fair enough. He does. But that's neither here nor there. Other son's a screenwriter. Did that show Rooster with Steve
right.
Kerr. Good guy. Good guy.
Talk about a tangent.
Kerr.
Great show.
Kerr family's incredible.
Yeah.
The switching everything was something, but it was only like this break glass in case of emergency thing. The Warriors kind of internalized it when Draymond comes in the lineup after David Lee gets injured. So it was like 7-8 games in
13.
to that season. They start to figure it out. Kerr comes in, he amplifies it. And then, how did they get beat in 2016?
Draymond got suspended and the NBA rigged it?
Nah. No, the Cavs started switching everything in Game 3.
Yeah.
And you know what they did is they'll let Harrison Barnes shoot as often as he wants.
Seeing Harrison Barnes take threes in the NBA Finals last week, by the way,
very triggering.
Awakened something in me that I didn't know was there.
So so now you have two teams that are switching anything in an NBA Finals. If you're a team like the Bulls or the Blazers or just some team that doesn't really know what it's doing, and you're just trying to make sure that you got plausible deniability to keep your job, guess what we're doing next year, boys? We're switching everything. And this is what's going to happen with the Seattle defense. Oh, we're going to have nothing but versatile players. And we're not going to have like a premier pass rusher. We're going to have 4 guys that just slowly collapse the pocket. And then our pass rushers are going to be a 5th guy that comes somewhere. You don't know where, right? It's not a new defense. The fucking 85 Bears did this. Like, this is not new. It's just packaged differently. It's presented differently. But here's the fun part. Ain't no one going to be able to replicate it because they ain't got the dudes. They ain't got the dudes. And maybe even Seattle doesn't have the dudes anymore. And so, and defense has always been about dudes.
Yeah. It's the,
You can scheme up offense. You can't scheme a bunch of bad players to be a good defense. I know, because I watched Robert Saleh last year. Effect.
All right, before we...
Can I ask one thing about that?
So I don't think it's going to be 5 years. I think that it's only going to be... I only think it's going to be next year, I think for sure. I think it will be probably the year after that, reasonably, right? Not putting like 100% certainty on it. But then look at the Rams window.
That's very small.
Like 2 years, right? They're on the Phillies plan right now. And then look at like Seattle's entire thing is like, oh, if that defense comes down at all, now it's like, oh shit, we need Sam Darnold to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, by the way. I know that you're not allowed to say that Sam Darnold's not a good quarterback because he's won a Super Bowl, but like, come on now. That dude was ass. First half of that game.
He's not great.
I mean, he might as well have not. They could have played Drew Lock and won that Super Bowl game. So like,
such
he was unbelievable.
Such bullshit that's who the Seahawks got to play in the Super Bowl after the Niners played the Chiefs twice, by the way. That kills me almost daily.
Them's the breaks, kid.
Them's are the breaks.
They had to play the Rams in the NFC Championship game. Yeah. That was the Super Bowl. Same thing with Cowboys 49ers in the 90s. Yeah. I know that's before your guys' time. So my point is only, like, what is the Niners window? The Niners window is probably up, so now they have to reestablish a new window. This is the real problem. Their window is still the old guys from the old window. Yeah. They doubled down on the olds, right?
Yeah.
And I know that, the Ayuk situation created, it wasn't supposed to be that bad, but like, they have George Kittle coming off an Achilles. Trent Williams is openly talking about retirement because he's a sane, logical person who's 38 years old and played in the NFL for almost 20 years. You got Christian McCaffrey, who there's not a soul outside of Christian McCaffrey who doesn't think that he could just disappear into dust at any moment. Mm-hmm. Fred, who is now getting injured. Ooh. He can still be great, but he's getting injured. But don't worry, we'll put Dre Greenlaw next to him. That'll fix it. The vibes will keep their bodies intact. And then
they're pandering to me with that.
And then Bosa, who's had 3 ACL surgeries. Yeah. And so it's like, okay, that's fine. And but who, by the way, wonderful at the end of last year. And so with that dash motion thing, it's so that's your team. And the other issue that you have now is that the Niners, they have kind of overreacted in a little bit to 24. In that, what was their problem in 24? I called it before the season started.
Everyone got hurt.
No. Like 9 guys got hurt at the top. And then they had to play the rest of their roster. They had a top-heavy roster.
Top-heavy, yeah.
Deep. And so they had to play their absolute scrubs, which was dudes 10 through 75 on their roster.
Yeah.
So they said, that's never going to happen again.
Right.
We're going to draft so that we have a very high floor.
Right.
The problem is they haven't drafted anybody in getting that high floor who also has a high ceiling.
Right.
Yeah. So they have a lot of dudes who can stand in the corner and make a 3.
And their ceiling's getting old and broken.
Right. So now they're entirely dependent on George fucking Kittle coming off an Achilles. It was a good Achilles tear, guys.
It was.
What the fuck? That's like saying it was a fun divorce. What is that?
Dieter, how much time do you have left?
Like 20 minutes.
Do Grant Cohn and David Lombardi really hate each other?
No.
You asked your question.
They don't? It's all for show? We asked Kruger this
I'm going to go pee really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's all for show.
You think it's all for show?
I don't think that they're, buddy and having,
But do they like talk about it? Like, I'm about to reply this on Twitter.
No, I think that they fully know what it is that both of them represent to the fan base.
Right.
I think that they've both deliberately created that public perception, and I think that they know that they have to play off of each other in that regard at all times, otherwise the kayfabe dies.
Yeah.
And so anytime you can tell, here, how about this? Here's how I know they don't. First off, I've never seen them interact negatively with each other in person.
But I've never seen them interact.
Fair enough. That's better than them being, all icy. I don't think that there's any Aaron icy. I don't think that they particularly care for what the other one does. That makes sense.
Right.
But there's plenty of people in that room that don't care for what I do. Sure. Like, fair enough. Okay. That's everybody's ball game. But I think that they both know, even if they won't publicly admit it, that they need each other. Right. Because without a Grant Cohn, David Lombardi shtick doesn't work. And without David Lombardi shtick, a Grant Cohn shtick doesn't work. And I, to a good point of failure, I should note, because I am not making nearly as much money as those motherfuckers when it comes to that game, I'm like, there's got to be a middle ground.
Right.
There's got to be somebody
in the
who
middle
wants it
ground exists the journalists.
I suppose so. Whatever the hell I am. So like, in that, I do think, and you'll be able to tell that these guys both know that they need each other, because when stuff is quiet, they'll just start sniping.
Yeah, except Lombardi never really says anything.
Well, Lombardi always does the passive aggressive, like holier than thou play.
Right.
But like that's,
And he's gone a little bit off the rails the last years. He used to be more.
I like both of those guys on a personal level. I think both of them deserve their success financially in that realm. I think that they both understood that that's where media is going.
Yeah.
I think they both understand how to play that game at an extremely high level. I think both of them are very sharp football dudes whenever I talk to them. I think Grant is way sharper than he lets on publicly about football. I think that he's way more inquisitive than he lets on publicly about football. I really enjoy having conversations with Grant on a personal level.
Yeah,
I think he's a great
he
guy.
disarmed me because I wouldn't say I was a hater, but I used to hate his shtick. And
I don't like his shtick.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it really
I can
it
separate
really
the
irked
art
me
from the
when
artist.
they were a perennial like Final Four team. And I was like, what are we doing here?
Right. But then
But now that they've kind of regressed,
24 season,
It
then you're
gets-
listening
it
to
gets more
David tell you
credence, yeah.
actually this is all part of the plan, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I'm also taking crazy pills. They have to have that because again, it's just Overton Windows stuff
Yep.
on a medium that is only going to represent the extremes. So they deserve the money, they deserve whatever success qualifies as, the attention that they're getting. They're playing the game perfectly, and I muted both of them on Twitter a long time ago, so I have no idea. The only thing that I see on my Twitter 9 times out of 10 is the MLB home run tracker account. And so I just say that my timeline is full of dongs, which I think a lot of people after the whole hat controversy are like, yeah, it is.
yeah, probably.
Before, I guess, as we're wrapping up, or right before we wrap up, just because you're the master of the take,
Sure.
let's do a little exercise.
I prefer the Archduke of Hot Takes.
The Archduke of
Nick,
Hot Takes.
Nick Friedel gave me that
Czar of
nickname.
takes.
The Archduke.
The Fuhrer of takes.
That's maybe not.
Let's do a little
Hard enough.
exercise where I throw some topics at you.
My friend Wes Goldberg, who used to cover the Warriors for the Merc, brings me on a couple times a year. He calls it the take wheel,
Okay.
where he finds a random
can't do
topic
this.
and he's like, take. Just give me a take.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't prepare for this at all. We should have prepared something for this.
You don't need the wheel. Just
We don't need the wheel. I didn't prepare a wheel. I don't even have any takes in my head though. But I'll try to come up with.
I'm
some.
going, and here's the thing.
Transgender athletes in sports.
No, we're not going there.
An extremely complicated
Stop,
issue
stop.
that's only found. This is all I'll say. I cannot pretend for half a second to understand the nuances of any of that. I will say that it is part of the problem, if we believe it's a larger problem or not, and we can all agree that it's not an ideal circumstance. Like there's always going to be a messy situation in that regard. But having sports, maybe this is to the point of Giants fans, having sports mean so much is inherent to the issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it just something that we're supposed to be doing and having fun? In which case, maybe I'm too participation trophy, but I'm like, dude, I can't pretend to care about San Jose State volleyball.
Right.
Like, and by the way, if your anger is coming from a place of, oh, well, this is an unfair advantage, and it's like an advantage towards what?
Yeah.
Like, what are we pretending this matters? Like, and I'm not living it, so it's I have trans friends, but like I've never lived that life either, so
Yeah.
I can't understand even remotely.
I'm about to spin this wheel, Dieter.
I'm just
about
telling
to spin this
I'm
wheel.
just telling you, it always comes across as just like, why are you fighting so hard that something no one cares about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Anyway.
Okay.
We're live, right?
Yeah, we're live. This is currently on the KNBR YouTube. Okay, here are the rules for this. The three of us can have no retort. This is like a 10-second take from Dieter. We're gonna throw out a topic.
Good fucking luck.
Okay, we'll go max 20 seconds, whatever. You gotta look into the camera these takes too.
Okay.
I don't have any in mind, but I got a couple. You guys throw out something too. Okay, first one. I'm gonna go New York Knicks celebrity fans of the New York Knicks.
Inherently, there's going to be more of them. I have to look into the camera for this.
You don't have to.
Ben Stiller, put your phone down. I can appreciate that they really enjoy it. I do think that it has been a strange turn for Timothée Chalamet. He's having a rough year. He was terrible in that Bob Dylan movie. And I think that he thought he was going to win the Oscar for that god-awful performance, which I watched about an hour of, and I'm like, him? Really?
Marty Supreme?
No,
I never watched it. I'm talking about the Bob Dylan biopic.
Was it Nowhere Man or something?
I broke the retort rule.
No, that would have been the Jeremy Allen White one.
Oh, that was the Bruce Springsteen one.
Sad in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
He thought he was going to win for Marty Supreme, though, too.
I didn't watch that. I heard he wasn't very good in that.
It was good.
I heard he just
That was
played
an incredible movie.
Marty
I thought it was
Supreme.
good.
Wasn't there a vampire at the end?
No, that's
Watch Marty
that's
Supreme.
Sinners.
I have it on the Plex.
Watch Marty Supreme.
Watch it on the Plex. Okay, next topic.
Okay, can I just give you the take on that? I don't have a problem with celebrity fans enjoying something that they enjoy, like the New York Knicks. And there's a lot of celebrities that live in New York in the same way there's a lot of celebrities in LA. I don't have to appreciate ESPN and ABC and NBC, ESPN even more so, constantly cutting to all the fans all the time as if to say, look at how important this is. Celebrities are here.
Yeah.
No, let the basketball do the talking. Let me randomly notice a celebrity in the front row. Like, that's the thing that I kind of appreciate about the Lakers. Like, they'll do, like, here are the celebrities. They'll do it for one segment. And when you watch a Lakers game on local TV, they're not taking their camera, which would have been probably, somebody somewhere is probably like, we got to get these celebrities on it all the time. They could just spend every cutaway at all times directing it to just put a celebrity on camera.
Yeah.
But the fun part is like, oh, is that guy from that thing?
Right.
When you're watching the game. And instead ESPN's just like, Chalamet!
Yeah.
Right here. Look at
so
John
many.
Turturro in row 5.
Yeah, Ben Stiller.
And it's just like, it's just annoying, and it's very
Spin the wheel.
You got one?
fine.
I got one. Brennan Sorsby's eligibility and the way Texas Tech has handled that.
Oh, buddy. Nothing. I spent Missouri was in the Big 12 when I was at Mizzou.
Right.
I spent a lot of time driving through the plains and spent a lot of time dealing with Texas. I also did conference realignment stuff.
ASU's in the Big 12 now.
Yeah, totally logical.
No retorts.
And it's a factual statement. Your Honor, I believe that the record will show it's true. The funniest thing that I've ever heard anyone say to me on a road trip, and this is a very important piece of context for Lubbock, Texas,
Right.
is I show up in Lubbock. There is a downtown that has been abandoned. Not like theoretically. They just left that
tumbleweeds.
one and moved to a new one that's more strip mall-y like. There's no one in those buildings. It was like sepia-toned. It was wild. That was day one in Lubbock, being like, where is everybody? We're downtown. No. They're in the new downtown, which isn't a downtown. Their best restaurant is like a house. That's a Mexican restaurant, and they roll you through every 30 minutes. There's nothing to fucking do in Lubbock. It takes forever to get there. And I remember pulling up one time to somebody who like had like a cowboy hat on, like the mustache, and I go like, you probably know a great place to get a steak in town, right? Like we're in deep West Texas, baby. Like there's got to be like some spot off of Route 12 that's got just a big old 85-ounce steak for this fat boy to go eat. And they go, oh yeah. There's a good restaurant. Do you guys have Chili's in Missouri? That was his take.
Yeah.
These guys are so little brother it hurts.
Yeah.
And they are just manifesting all of that because they got that one dipshit with some money, Cody Campbell, who, by the way, what does he even believe anymore? He's just making stuff up on the fly.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Nevin Shapiro.
Very well. I think his money's actually not ill-gotten.
Maybe,
but
the similar like energy of like I want to be a part of the program.
This is just Texas Tech finally getting some say at the Christmas dinner, and then just turning it into an airing of grievances. And they don't understand because they've never had a reputation before that they're doing irrevocable harm to it, and they're just going to get hoisted by their own petard and die.
Love that phrase.
Very quickly. It's over for them.
All right, let's go. Thoughts on Levi Stadium?
Ooh. That's the best stadium that someone else's money can buy. This is what you get when you run a $10 billion company these days, and you decide to let the taxpayers of Santa Clara County buy you something instead of you just building it yourself.
Love it. All right, the 90s SNL sketch starring Mike Myers where he does the German talk show and plays a guy named Dieter.
Oh, no, I'm not familiar.
Are you really not familiar?
deeply familiar with it. I've seen every episode of SNL.
Gotcha.
I've seen every episode of SNL ever made.
Did people get you that growing up? Did people get on you that call you Dieter, like pet my monkey or whatever, touch my monkey? None of that.
Yeah.
People call you Dieter growing up?
One of the great blessings. You guys know the movie The Love Guru?
Yeah, Mike Myers, classic. One of his best pieces of work.
So Mike Myers had a deal with New Line Cinema after Wayne's World.
This is great.
Where
I'm into this now.
I said here.
Where he was contracted to do like 5 or 6 movies.
Yeah.
And he was one short. And originally that 5th or the 6th movie was supposed to be a Sprockets movie.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And
Sprockets.
Yeah. And touch my monkey, this and that.
Yeah.
With Dieter.
Yeah.
And the only other Dieter that anyone has ever known of, the only Dieter in popular culture. There was some guy on the OC, which is a terrible MTV reality show that was named Dieter, but he was a dipshit, so it wasn't helping my cause. And so he, at some point, he just decided to scrap the Sprockets movie. Like, it wasn't a deep enough, like, he didn't do it. And then New Line Cinema was like, you have to make the Sprockets movie. And he made The Love Guru, which is one of the worst films ever made, in like 3 months, essentially as a protest to fulfill his contract. I love The Love Guru. It's one of the great movies ever made for personal reasons.
I've never seen it, but I feel like I would laugh my ass off.
God awful.
Yeah. I know.
I love Mike Myers' comedy is like fundamental to like how I think, how I talk, all these things. Like I grew up on Wayne's World. We broke the tape of Wayne's World as a kid. We watched it so many times. My parents were really on top of it. Yeah. And Sandra, what a babe. But and like we visited Aurora on like a 7-year-old Dieter whim. Like, can we go to Aurora, Illinois? And so, like one of the great like sneaky blessings was that the Sprockets movie was never made, because I would definitely have, when I got to.
That should have been made. That would have been fantastic.
Not for me.
Yeah.
And I remember I interned at ESPN 1000 in Chicago, and the first day I was there, they're like, "You need a radio name." They're like, "Dieter Kurtenbach ain't gonna fly," and I'm like, "Feels like it would fly really easily because it's not a difficult name to verbally say, but it's a unique name,
Dieter,
and people
you don't
will
need to
remember
add the Kurtenbach. You can just say Dieter."
Right, but they're like, "You need a radio name that's like, I don't know, like too ethnic or just too weird."
Yeah,
and which fair enough. But I decided not to do that then. Had that Sprockets movie had come out, I would have been way ahead of them on that.
Yeah.
I'd be going by DJ or something. I don't know.
Now's the time on Sprockets where we dance.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Are we? I can get.
Keep going.
Okay. I'll go back to the New York topic. New York pizza versus everywhere else pizza.
Everywhere else pizza is so much better than anyone. Like this idea that New York has like an exclusivity of pizza is laughable.
I'm big on this. I love this.
Like, no one's like, "Oh, San Francisco pizza is unbelievable."
I agree.
I've had unbelievable pies in LA. I've had the best pizza I've ever had in my life was at a hole in the wall in Edinburgh. Like, what are we talking about? The level of pizza has gotten so good in my lifetime that it's like the idea that you're hanging your hat on, like, we do the best pizza. I can get a great pizza from a freezer these days.
Yeah,
like,
we've mastered pizza. Society has mastered pizza.
That's a good take.
We figured out pizza.
Everybody does pizza well.
Yeah, my take with that has always been, I know this is breaking my own rules, but my take has always been, you can find the best pizza in a lot of cities. It's just easier to find a really good pizza in New York.
But
you'll randomly stumble across a really good pizza.
But that's inherent to just being in a city that's has to be walked, and 2 is as dense as anything. Yeah. But like the same thing is true in SF.
Yeah.
It's a dense city. If you're in a dense city where people live, you're gonna have good pizza unless you are aggressively trying to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Or but like, okay, you can probably find a good slice in Chattanooga. The likelihood that there will be as many good slices is not there, but that's just an economy of scale thing.
Yeah, it's a volume over quality thing.
I've had good pizza.
Thoughts on the Chick-fil-A advertising on the foul poles, and you get a free sandwich if a Giants player hits a foul pole home run.
Did you know this?
3 years.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be great if they could hit home runs.
Like how is that ever gonna that's gonna happen once and?
We'll never figure out how to redeem it. By the way.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there even a Chick-fil-A?
There's not a Chick-fil-A in the confines of San Francisco either.
There's one in Oakland, Emeryville.
There's one in Daly City.
Like I just love that people decided that like that's the line. Like every inch of every ballpark is covered in ads. You guys haven't been down
I decided that's the line.
to Levi's, where it's like Levi's. So the World Cup, they won't let you have any corporate sponsors on anything. They can't even have the Niners logo anywhere.
Yeah.
It's only
Why is that?
FIFA sponsors.
What
Because
was
they can.
What was
It's
that?
the Niners Stadium. Get the fuck out of here.
There was an
They
image-
forgot to do it in the club level, by the way. There's
Someone
a huge
posted-
Niners logo in the club level. It's like,
Really?
oh, that's because the rich people are there.
Someone posted
They're
something
not
on
actually-
Twitter where they're even blocking out the company labels on like
Yeah.
Label the
condiments.
condiments.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So
How
that's
do I know which one is which?
That's FIFA.
just mustard and ketchup.
The concept, like we're just inundated with it. Like it kind of only showed how inundated we are with just brand names and advertising. Like again, there's a larger conversation to be had about that, but that's separate from sports. The idea that like people are like, oh, they sold the foul poles. Motherfucker, there's a patch on the jersey.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? The sanctity of it. Like
I think people were
if we
trying
just
to-
pull that back, it'd be fine. No, we got to go like 20 years back to get any semblance of dignity back into these things.
I think people were trying to hold on to baseball as the last vestige of like one sport that maybe we could just have this one thing. Maybe just the foul poles could stay pure.
But I just don't understand why the foul poles were the line and not the jerseys.
Well, I'm with you.
Or
on
maybe we just constantly are changing the line so that we can keep bitching about it, which, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Does the NHL need to change the point system in the regular season?
100%.
So teams like the Knights and the Kings, actually more namely.
Infinitely. I've been on this for years. They need
How-
to go
how
to
would you do it? Yeah.
the 3-1.
So it's 3 for a win, 1 for a.
You could do a
overtime
3-2. You
loss?
could do a 3-2-1.
I like a regulation win being more than an overtime win.
100%. I also never had a problem with ties growing up. You did not live in a world with ties. Ties were fine.
Yeah, the tie is a bit un-American. I feel like
I don't understand why that's the case.
it's just only because it's like only a soccer thing,
Well, again,
and an NFL thing like once a year.
correct. Like, what are we talking about? So, like, the idea, like, oh, we have to have a winner or a loser. Okay, well, how will we decide the winner? We're going to do a very bespoke skills competition that has nothing to do with the 100 minutes that we just played. We're going to do this really weird thing, but that will determine the winner. It's like, how is that? That's not meritocracy at all. That's just who's good at this one quirky thing. That's like having a home run derby in extra innings. Like,
Don't say that too loud. Manfred will.
I love the Manfred man because I think it's great.
Oof.
You ever had to cover a fucking game that was
Yeah,
going 14?
no, but I'm
Yeah.
going to say that your only reason for this is because it makes your workday longer sometimes.
No, it makes your life better.
No.
No,
Yeah, I
you're
disagree
not.
with that.
The Manfred man is an affront to the game.
All right. Next wheel
Should
spin.
go back to ties. They had ties back.
We'll do 3 more, 1 each. I'll go.
Austin.
You go ahead.
I guess I was going to say just the sports leader in the direction it's going.
Oh wait, no, that doesn't mean more of a takey take. Something.
burn it to the ground.
That's more of a question.
I'll
We need a takey take.
I'll
I
give
still wanted to ask it.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, Rocky wrote a cookie down.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
it goes back to what I was saying. Sports talk radio should be as insulated as anything in modern media to the new world order of clickbait and algorithmic stuff. Like, this is because it should be a vessel for passionate sports. It should be a passion fueled conversation, and that should manifest in everything that happens. And that's the kind of stuff that I guess if you were to cut it up would be bringing people in the same way that podcasts are now like the predominant media form. Like, a fucking original podcast, better than podcasts in so many ways, more authentic, more real, live, has a back and forth in it. Like, but people don't want it. People don't want it.
Yep. Waymos.
Yeah, all for it.
Okay.
Do you want to? Actually, that's not even a take. That's just saying yes. Waymos are awesome. I saw a Zooks on the way here.
I'm really excited for Zooks.
They're not even in the shape of cars.
No,
Carriages.
but I'm a big public transit guy.
Yeah, me too.
I feel very passionate about public transit. I try not to drive my car anywhere in Alameda. I'm trying to turn it into Amsterdam, mostly with the weed, even though I don't partake. And then
Yeah.
I got enough takes as it is.
Red light district of Alameda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically prostitution and bikes is what I'm looking for. And but driverless cars are great. I just don't buy the argument of like, oh, it's going to take jobs. And it's like, bring back taxi medallions.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't. I on my list to get into with you was your high stakes sports betting days. We didn't get to,
Yeah.
we didn't get into that, but I will say your thoughts on just how mainstream sports betting is becoming and how in bed with the brands that these leagues are. Is it a slippery slope? Is it natural? Is it cool? What do you think?
It's going to be the fundamental undoing of a couple of things. You think this Terry
Democracy
Rozier?
as we know it.
No, it might be too late for that. This Terry Rozier thing is tiddlywinks.
Wait, what's the scary Terry thing?
The
been
Chauncey
indicted.
Billups got in
I
trouble for it. Yeah.
forgot about that.
The Blazers.
Eric Trump last night hitting up Daniel Cormier,
Yes, I was
being
telling
like, which
these
of these
guys about
fights are rigged?
Yeah.
Like,
You think that was real?
yeah,
I think it was real too.
who would make up something about Eric Trump?
Wokenbach and liberal loads over here.
No,
definitely
just
think
like
it was
even so, like who would make up something about fucking Eric Trump? Like if fucking Donald DMs you on True Social
Yeah.
or whatever, then that's
anyway, but it's a slippery slope.
The integrity of the games is the only thing that makes them feel worthwhile. Otherwise, it's the WWE.
Yeah.
That's why the Sorsby thing is so fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
That should be the death penalty, no questions asked.
yeah. But this is the other thing with all that stuff. Like reckonings are going to come. Like I do believe that there is like a positive moral arc to the sports universe, and that reckonings will come.
Day of reckoning.
But it's never immediate. It never feels like. You never get that like release
Yeah.
of vindictiveness
Yeah.
of like we got them.
Yes.
Like these bastards tried to kill the thing,
You
and
never
I
get the
shot
right
them
guys.
dead.
Right.
You never.
Like Sorsby's going to play 12 games.
You're gonna play 12 games, but like when Texas Tech goes 6-6 with that, and
That will be the vindictive.
and then no one's gonna schedule Texas Tech anymore, and they're gonna have the stain on their reputation in perpetuity. That's gonna last a lot longer than Brendan Sorsby, and all they're gonna get out of it is 6-6 and more controversy than they ever asked for,
Yeah.
so that they can pay the kid $6 million. If I'm Texas Tech, I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, beautiful day!
We can get out of this.
I don't have to pay
Yes.
the Cincinnati quarterback who is a fringe third-round talent
Yeah.
because he's a wild child out there. I don't have to pay him $6 million to play quarterback for my football team so that I can come
agree.
in second in the Big 12. Like,
Preaching to the choir.
all-time win, and instead they're like, no, we will die for Brendan Sorsby. And it's like, yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Like, life is about who you associate yourself with and who you disassociate yourself with.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know everything about everybody, and good luck to you boys in a couple of weeks when this comes out, and you're like, oh, fuck, Dieter, we got to get some separation.
We might have to edit
but
this.
like, it's, those are the moments, and like, again, there won't be action immediately that makes everyone feel like, yeah, we got him. Because there's negative consequences to that too. Think about Adam Silver. And he's like, yeah, we got Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
And then Adam Silver got all high on that. He's like, oh yeah, everyone likes me.
Right.
Right.
I'm going to keep
long.
doing stuff that people like.
He was hot. He was thought of
Oh, he was
highly,
feeling
man.
himself. Oh, yeah, he's the good commissioner.
Yeah.
He's the one that believes in the players. And this
You're
and that.
always one in-season tournament away from people hating you.
And it's just, that's fine. This is why you have to stand on actual principles. You can't just play for the money. You have to understand what it is you're about, your values, and all this stuff. And Texas Tech's like, nah, we good. If it was somebody else, we'd be bitching, whining, and complaining. But it's our guy,
Yeah.
so we're not going to do it. And when you sell that, you can't buy it back. It was the same shit with that Bert Kreischer nonsense at opening day with baseball. It's like, oh great, you kind of just sold out the entire integrity of the sport of baseball for one Netflix show. But
Yeah.
don't worry, you'll be able to get it back.
But Netflix.
You don't. The devil doesn't.
See you on
The
Netflix.
devil doesn't have buybacks. Like you can't
No.
sell your soul to the devil.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Good
So-
quote,
He
good
doesn't
quote,
have-
good
he
quote to
doesn't
end
do
it on.
returns.
Good quote to end it on.
Back to the beer thing before we wrap up. How was the Modelo?
Oh, yeah, we got a review.
Much better than the Coors.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the can says clean and crisp finish. Very accurate.
And you felt that?
Yeah. It's an easy drink.
Dieter Kurtenbach, everybody.
Let's go.
Dieter Kurtenbach,
There's
episode 9.
There's no one in this room.
Everybody, Dieter Kurtenbach will pat in the applause.
Thank you, Mari.
Thank you, Mari, for
Clean,
recording.
crisp
Thanks for the studio audience.
Thanks, Larry.
You disagree?
Dieter Kurtenbach.
It does say that. I'll be
See you next time.
It's a Pilsner style.
Golden, full-flavored Pilsner style lager.
Never read it.
That's the end of the game.
That's the end of the game. Lock
Would you ever
the
do this
gates.
again?